up there because of them, because they look like a sick team.
Match found.
Second, Foot should be third. I mean, maybe there is an argument that Foot should be second.
I'm tempted to make it. But I don't think I will.
It's like one of those things where, you know,
Enough training.
You want people to
It's
react
time.
to this. Like, where, you know, these reacting merchants that are, you don't want to just have Fnatic in, because you have to put Fnatic 1, because otherwise we're fucking trolling. So then it's like, how do we make, you know, a bit
out this last minute, because yes, it just completely.
Dapatkan botol kaca Doraemon terhad secara percuma. Beli produk Nivea dan kumpulkan 3 rekaan sekarang.
Breeze. I was actually kind of liking the way that the map was playing previously. I don't know. I feel like the halls makes it really awkward to look after mid control on defense.
Because you have too many people like needing to float, or what?
Yeah, because you need people on site if you want to actually stop a site hit from coming through. Like, people are often going for 5 hits or 4-1 plays on Breeze, and if you don't have multiple players on site ready to try to hard anchor, then you're just playing retake. And if you have to allocate 1 or 2 players over towards mid, you're playing retake in a lot of those rounds, which I don't find particularly to be that interesting of a style of Valorant, where you're just very quickly moving.
The cold air feels wonderful.
Retake phase. It's one of the reasons why I'm not really a big fan of Icebox, is that it just ends up being that
Wonderful.
a lot of the time, rather than having a bit of simple map control. So, you know, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I don't really care that much, like in terms of like how the map plays with the halls versus not. I think it was fine either way. I think I like the halls being open because that just adds more things to be doing on the map. I think that's more interesting. But like, I don't think it changes drastically the way that the map is going to play. Like, now we have to have somebody jump spotting halls on defense, and we have to be maybe throwing that orb all the way down so that you can block the information and threaten stuff. And I think that's just more interesting because you're more active. But I mean, it was already.
One side B.
It was already
Making cover.
No.
Show me a target.
Chamber meta, no? Like, you have to have a third trip, because Cypher trips are going to be so easy to break and
Reloading.
and by the Sova shocks or whatever. So all Sovas are always going to shock that, whereas chamber trips are easier to like place, and they're easier to hide as well. So that way you don't have to put a body there, because there's so many choke points on the map already. Doesn't. The map is already decently attacked.
Level heads until we're home.
Maybe
Yes.
not necessarily on most points, but in terms of the overall picture of the map, in terms of map control.
Yeah, I think he was talking about quite a few of the maps recently, looking like they are suited towards some kind of double sentinel setup where you're running chamber and Cypher.
You have to.
And yeah, I feel like that might be an interesting. I mean, I don't think we've ever been in a meta like that.
Yay is back.
Yeah.
Deep breath.
It's lead number 1.
Lead's about
just
a clear
because of this
breeze.
change.
Yep.
You guys are the only
Focus.
Scanning
ever,
ahead.
like seen run double sentinel back on Haven. Like that has never really been a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people are going to be running the Phoenix with it on Breeze, though. I don't think that's going to happen.
The crew had that double sentinel
Here.
in LCQ.
Enemy
Was it
spotted
crew?
mid.
Yeah, I can't remember. That
Yeah,
shit
it was
went
crew.
crazy.
Careful.
Or
Yeah,
was
how
it
many-
They ran it on Haven again,
Haven,
didn't
Haven,
they?
Haven. Yeah, it was Haven.
How many minutes was that, Kurt? How many minutes did we last?
I don't know. It was not under 5.
Here.
What happened?
I know exactly where you are.
It's okay, but
No,
you're going to be
it wasn't me
receiving an
again.
invoice. We all make mistakes. We've been doing it.
Cage triggered.
Last player
It's
standing.
all good. So, y'all
Hostile removed.
on Breeze, essentially.
I was the one that was already like coming through in the options. Same old fucking
What do you say?
Team, don't pick.
Ready to stretch your
I mean, we
wings.
did see some interesting
Follow
ones in
me.
the off-season events, right?
The
double
No.
initiator, double smokes comps without
Yeah.
sentiment at
No.
all. Yeah, goodbye to those though.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you play those on the defense
you
side?
don't.
We're already attack sided, and now it's like, what? You just got to run around the map and try and be quick enough that they can't get load time.
Well, a lot of teams are
That would
trying
be
to do
tough.
that for the double duelist factor, right? It's just having the Yoru. I think it was Yoru that they
Yeah.
were trying to get through because they don't have to worry about trips at that point. But I don't know if they
Revealing area.
I think it might just be a one duelist map now.
I mean, for real, this is the worst map.
Show me a target. Stopping fire.
Oh
Can we
yes.
disagree?
Oh,
Any map
yes.
that has like a movement out is going to be
Breaking them.
Good attempt.
Dude, I'm playing in ranked and I've never been more miserable. I mean, that's partly because I'm playing badly, but also because I knew my
Planted the spike.
Healing.
I guess. And then the next one comes up and I'm like, okay, right, can we get to the
Cage
good ones?
triggered.
Oh wait, they've all been removed.
It's so bad.
One enemy remaining.
Like,
I like a set.
It's funny
Split.
because like a
Wonderful.
set and split are the ones that I'm. Like, yeah, even though I want a set to be removed, but like, it's
I need a
still
gun.
like a good map in comparison to everything else.
It's just a bit dull, but it's
Can
not
someone
bad.
get this? Thank
The
you.
issue with this set has always just been the same meta over and over. That's the issue. It's like nothing changes unless Paper X comes out of nowhere and goes, yo, we're done. But this is normal shit. Let's do some fun stuff. But besides that, like, I think Cloud is the only other team besides maybe
Add
Q
one.
that go like Viper Harbor on that map. But for the most part, KO clears with the amount of info.
Focusing.
he gathers. So it's like it's always gonna go back to the KO meta with the Sova. So
Enemy spotted.
Spike down A.
Try again. Cage is down.
Lighting light, the flash no longer
Healing light.
What the fuck?
automatically activates the flash at
What the
the
fuck's
end
it?
of its lifetime. Ugh, that is gross.
One enemy remaining.
And I don't like it. It's not.
The only time that it pops though, it's not like it only pops at the end.
Read that. I thought they made it so you have to pop it at the end, which is like.
wait, what?
Oh, you.
No.
Surely
no,
not,
no,
because
no,
that's.
no.
I mean,
Okay.
that was.
They were not good enough.
Yeah.
Horrific game request with it.
I think this change is like to help the noobs like.
If you're
press
not a
their
good
button
shot
at
today,
the end of
don't
the
worry.
game.
There are other ways to do it.
I'm not gonna lie.
All right, I got really worried there for a second that they just obliterated
That would be
Scott.
great.
What, like if you want to do a pop flash, you have to spin it around in a circle before you put it out.
Reloaded.
Yeah, like you have to do lineups and shit. You have to be flashing your
that'd be brain
teammates
dead.
miles away.
That would be very funny though.
The balance
That's
in our
genuinely, that's
favor.
what it read like to me. There's no way that's what they're
Just hear
doing.
the bird for like 10 seconds. And you're like,
Focusing.
what?
No distractions.
Yeah.
This kill. I mean, this kills it straight up. Two flashes only. It kills it. You can't like insta flash. For example, be long on mine.
Cage triggered.
Too much.
Give me a
There in the
corpse.
round. And that's your part of the kit to understand like what type of default they're going for.
I mean, Bind is a good example of that, right?
Reloading.
Consistently
My
having
ultimate
the
is ready.
flash on the clear, get info. Usually you play through the
Give me
rookies.
Your duty is not over.
Next.
One enemy remaining.
And you're for the key info. That was the whole reason for
They demand a fight.
Sky.
Who are we to
It's just
disobey?
gonna be Sova dominant now.
I also, I feel like that if there were different compositions that were available where you could run double initiator, where the fact that she doesn't have the extra flash regeneration might still be useful, then maybe she'd see some playtime. But any kind of double initiator comp, you'd be rather running. Like if you're gonna pair her with a Sova, you'd rather have
The only
breach
issue-
with it rather than this guy.
Or even just a flash.
Show me a
boost.
target.
Sure.
So that's my point. Is there's so many other characters that can do a better job than Sky now. You know?
I mean, KO right away.
Scatter.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this heavy-handed approach, though? Because when you look at their justification, it's like she became too dominant towards the end of 2023. Which and even though the meta was looking like it was because you
Show me a target.
One enemy remaining.
How do you feel about the heavy-handed approach? Like, reloading. Kick her into the dust. Just stomp her for a bit and then we'll move back.
Making cover.
Well, where did we see Sky a lot in this 2023?
Destabilizing.
What maps?
Well, there's a little bit. Yeah, what maps? We had
Yeah, I mean,
Split
people
constantly.
were playing
Yeah,
a lot on
Split.
Lotus, Split.
Pretty much
Vine.
every map, no?
Yeah,
Other
it
than,
wasn't-
other
it
than
wasn't
that.
on Ascent.
Wasn't she on?
Wasn't he playing on the
Breaking them.
It was split. It was split bind for
Low,
sure.
low,
Those
low.
are the two like nobody changed off the Sky.
Yep.
And then
Scanning
I
ahead.
don't remember.
Naughty.
Lotus, we had Fade or Sky.
Yeah.
Right?
But
Yeah,
most
'cause-
people run into
Last player standing.
Yes.
and then you have like half of the teams and more teams.
Nice.
Omen Viper, Concord Viper, Arc.
Yeah.
Pretty consistently like top 3 in terms of stick rate.
Alive. I still have things to do.
But
Skin Vandal 6.
for next year based on the other changes.
What the fuck? You stopped playing Pro for like, what, 4 months and you forget what the meta was?
Oh yeah, literally.
Dude,
I
Sky
stopped
was
caring.
Thank you.
Oh, you were playing it at the beginning of last year.
No, yeah, at the beginning of the year for sure, but when they had Pearl. Now these
Right,
maps
yeah,
are shit. Like literally the shittiest map was, and I have to like rethink back to when the game was actually good.
Stopping fire.
We'll see, I guess.
Alright, and then
Sorry, I mean just in terms of like winners and losers of this, Sassy,
Focusing.
salivating, cracks, KO meta, he's
Breaking them.
in his mind.
You're finished.
Looking at this, and they're like pulling the party poppers, donning the hats, like doing a jig around their room. Sky's dead! Sky's dead! Ah!
they
Destabilizing.
start playing other agents too.
Oh,
Spike
what?
down mid.
Viper not called.
One enemy remaining.
Challengers qualifiers. By the way, all these teams have been playing. They're like, oh, I guess Sky.
Just as my favorite. My ult is ready.
They did say that Sky was... sorry, not Sky. They did say that they were going to try and sync up the esports stuff and the...
Skin Vandal I want Skin Vandal ISO.
They said that last
Over
year,
there.
And yet...
I need a
saw
gun.
Chet tweet about it too. Where
Thank
it was like, we had a fucking 6-month-long
Thank you,
off-season.
Lisa.
And most of the changes are happening right before the season begins. Why? They had
Been
so
asking
much
this.
time to do this.
Let's say something, but I don't want to get fined. Oh wait.
You can't get fined. The freedom!
Nah, I don't know. I mean, it
Revealing
doesn't make
area.
any sense. It literally makes 0 sense.
Focusing.
I don't know what they're completely. All this practice, like you said, goes into it, and then all of a sudden.
No distraction.
This isn't just a joke tournament. You know, it's not just some small. It's not like
One enemy remaining.
Lock-in was a joke tournament, but at least it was an invite only.
And that's
right?
the end.
This is like you have to earn your slot to get there as a qualifier, so it doesn't make sense to me.
Planted the spike.
We'll see.
We are
We'll see.
strong because we are together.
But
I
even
said
then,
mine.
challengers will start and then they'll have to start anyway, so it's like they're just messing around. And even worse for like the Game Changers teams where BT, I think it's literally this week or next week or something like that. And then,
Wait, going back to our previous topic, I know why they messed up Sky. They want Gecko to be used. I forgot about Gecko because they pick her shit up right away.
all right, I
yeah.
forgot about that buff entirely.
Yeah, that's why they're doing it 100%.
Show me a
Gecko's
target.
gonna clear Sky on Bind, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Gecko's going to be fantastic on that.
Yeah.
I don't know how many matches he's going to get away with. Yeah, Bind does. Seems
Yeah.
really good. Bala, you just said Gecko.
Status high.
Team Liquid Brazil are going on a run at the moment through the Open Qualifiers and Challengers. So the Game Changers team participating in Challengers. And
I know exactly.
One enemy remaining.
The spike.
in the Open Qualifier and making it the close qualifiers. So that
Cage trigger.
that was a fun
No
game
more
to
charges
watch on
left.
VLR. They didn't do a stream of it, as far as I'm aware, but they are now into the closed qualifier where they would need to win. I think it's 3 matches, but it might be 4 matches depending on whether they go through the world bracket or something to be able to make it into challenges, which I think is the closest that any Game Changers team has come to making it into the tier 3 qualifier, which is pretty sick.
Cage trigger.
Wait, what did you say at the beginning? A girlfriend beat her boyfriend? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
they
So
do
this
this
is
time?
Eugenia, who plays for Team Liquid Brazil, was playing against Zenom, who is her boyfriend, and I mean they blasted them. I think. What was the score?
5.
2-0. And what was the score?
Over.
9 and 20.
5.
Yeah, I mean get from
Okay.
zone, get on kid.
I'd be so mad, dude. I'd be so mad.
I mean, there's got to be some friendly rivalry.
Time's up. Let's go.
Nah!
Like,
Nah, that's unacceptable. I'd be losing my shit.
Show me a
I'm
target.
not talking to her for at least 2 weeks.
Give me the info on that while I
Breaking down.
Take flight.
maybe
Get out of my way!
The hunt begins.
Jan 31st for NA, but literally all the VRL qualifiers are going on right now.
Spike down A.
They did
Last
give
player
ISO
standing.
A bit of a buff. They buffed
I have the spike.
Reyna shield orb thing that's really annoying in team deathmatch. You have another I don't know where else ISO's annoying.
Where she's used, or he's used.
ISO's fucking wild.
A bow and arrow is
Yeah.
old-fashioned.
My TDM gets
Sometimes
heroic.
old ways are best.
The orb duration is increased from 2 to 3 seconds.
the shield width has been reduced.
ISO skin bundle.
Presumably, rather than
Over there.
Wonderful.
I need a gun.
Yes.
seen around corners.
So
Thank you.
No.
Edge around his
Me too, me too!
one, and
Anyone with funds to spare?
What is control?
No.
Me too!
Oh, that's the.
No.
Wait, no, that is the
Stopping
one.
fire.
See ability.
Revealing area.
Focusing.
There they are.
Destabilize.
about ISO because I play TDM already. The cost.
Your duty is not over! Reloading.
It's a paper X.
Is it though?
Reloading.
Is it enough even for that?
One series where it was like, I don't remember the context.
Guys,
but
they
in
didn't
the
even use him in an off-season. That should tell you all you need to know about how bad he is.
And this
Last
motherfucker
player
went
standing.
best of 5 or something
Fuck.
to grand finals, and the last round he used his ult.
You will
and
not kill my allies!
Lost
Oh.
the man. Lost the gulag and then lost Ascension.
Yeah. He got played on Bind by Rare Adam. I forgot about that. I actually just blanked that out of my memory. I memory hold that entire game.
That's funny. Yeah, you know.
30 seconds left.
What was the last agent they did
Hold
this
on.
with? Where they
Finesse,
just
I have a
like,
question. Did you retire
their
because
buffs?
you didn't want to?
Why destroyed?
Honestly,
One enemy
the
remaining.
thing is, that is the speculation. Many times, no.
You forget.
If anything,
Wow, lucky.
playing at a better
Last
rate,
round
because if
before
I
the
was going
switch.
to the map pool and had these kinds of issues to deal with, where they're making changes like a week or 2 before, I would be losing my shit. But now I just get to laugh at them. Which is
it's on the outside. It's
hilarious.
just to laugh.
No.
No
And plus,
worries.
this agent's dog shit anyway, so he would never be played.
No.
Yeah, I mean, what
My
was the last
ultimate
time
is
they had
not
one of these
ready.
agents that just sucked ass? On
Show me a target.
Deadlock.
Well,
No distractions.
one that they
Making cover.
Gecko down.
Healing.
Breaking down.
I'm telling you, you're about to see some stupid amounts of Gecko play. Gecko and the Yoru are about to be taken.
He's mid.
Show me a target.
Yeah.
Yes.
Breaking down.
Reloading. Hello.
remaining.
That whole kit is insane now. Dude, I pick up that flash in 0.1 seconds. It's insane.
It's like removing the deadlock.
It's too strong. It's actually too strong. They're gonna have to nerf him eventually once he gets, played more.
And then, alright, they made one small change for Wraiths. I didn't even see this earlier. With the blast pack audio for Wraiths. Traveling through the air with the blast pack is now louder, which is traveling towards you.
They've done this like 7 times. So they're like, oh, Raze, it's clear.
I know it.
So let's change it. They've done this like 7 times.
Loki, I'm down for this change. I'm playing ranked. I know. I just
Switching
don't. When there's
sides.
a lot of util, you just don't.
I've actually
Act
lost all
on my
respect for the
intel.
developers, though,
Don't give
anyway,
them time to
because they
reposition.
blatantly
Dude, what?
lied. They blatantly lied about the judge being
During
nerfed.
the layoff,
Blatantly.
Josh.
Well, yeah.
No
I
charges.
probably shouldn't say that during the layoff, should I? When people are losing their jobs left, right, and center.
Dare you?
I might still play, but I would say shit like that all the time. I love how you can just say that.
Dude, the thing is though, dude, I'm joking, but they must have lied about the judge nerfs. They must have lied about the judge nerfs. They said that it had been nerfed when it was going in the air. The amount of times that I said, dude, it doesn't matter if I can hit it after the race going towards me. It doesn't matter because I am an ant looking at a supernova. I am just staring at the sky as a razor the judge flies towards me, and they're still getting the kill no matter how much you
Focusing.
Doesn't matter. You can put a single pellet that it fires out of it. I would still die to that shit every time.
Problem is, it goes back to the maps. The maps are too congested for where Judge will always just be insane. No matter how enemy down, it'll always just be insane. And that's the biggest issue, dude. We had a meeting with Riot when I told him this exact thing, where I'm like, dude, just make the maps wider, bigger, more space, because it's just util fest right now. And that's it.
There's no space behind it. I've been ranting.
Oh,
For the amount of util that there is,
sorry, here.
Like,
Yeah.
let me just do a crossfire. Just
for the
one.
amount of util that there is, if you're playing like a Gecko Reyna, I have to break 2 flashes while shooting, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so
While
many
shooting
things.
a drone or
Yeah.
a dog or whatever. Like,
Nah,
you're just screwed.
it's too much. The bomb sites are too confined. and
Spike
also
planted.
The middle parts of the map, when you're actually getting into, like, for example, market or clearing those areas, they're just so close range that shotguns can just dominate you. Going up cat, forget about it.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Sorry, team, sorry, team.
I've always been down. Yeah, I've always been down, especially with these
Are you
maps.
suggesting
I'll
making the game
choke
harder?
their
How dare you? That's just, it's more than news, man.
Alright. Let's move on to my favorite topic. Now this is one I've totally avoided. This is the one that Josh made a 4-hour video about. Is the 2024 schedule really that bad? And Josh,
Hello.
I need the cliff notes because I'm gonna be. This is one of the things
Talk for an hour and a half.
that I just can't get myself to care about, and I don't want to have to replace, vital memories to leave for this. Dude, this is so much. I don't want to replace memories to store information about the 2024 like hot takes about the schedule. So Josh, just please give me the cliff notes, and let's move on with our lives.
Okay, last year people were annoyed because they had lock-in instead of an entire extra.
Last player standing.
Okay, because it's going to be different for next year. Next year comes around, they get rid of lock-in. They still need to replace it with an international tournament.
Spike planted.
Instead of adding an entire. When you frame it as the minimum number of matches that you play, playoffs or don't
Make them
any
beg.
games that kick off, or never make it to an international stage, they'll only play 12 games. And looking at the numbers, there's going to be about 10 or 11 teams out of the how many do we have? 44. So about 10 or 11 teams out of 44, like 25% of the teams are going to be only
So,
the minimum number of matches, 12 matches.
This is fucked. This is fucked.
So people were very angry about that.
Focusing.
But you know, it's
Target down.
If I'm trying to give you the clip notes, there are a lot of other reasons why the ways that people wanted the schedule to run.
Destabilizing.
Remove.
Make them work for like this year, but by the time you get to 2027,
Reloading.
teams in each league there's 50 in the circuit. It makes it really difficult to come up with longer formats because round robins just take far.
Spike planted.
I know exactly where you are.
Oh, see.
Cage triggered.
Like a donut.
Think about what the product is that they've given you right now. It's a global league that is actually global, where all parts of the world I guess. And you're getting 3 international tournaments that are competing between all those parts of the regions, and it's working with
Last player standing.
all that. And that is crazy. No other sport.
One enemy remaining.
Slamanik.
Fuck.
I find them. I kill them.
Two inside. Two inside B.
There's not actually global tournaments. Every 4 years, they're called the World Cup. We're getting that shit like for free. And in order to make a schedule that actually works like that, that's insane. And they somehow get it. And it's not like crazy overbearing for all the players. That's how I feel.
He's on mid. He's on mid.
The community's bothered about minimum numbers of matches for the teams that
Show me a target.
But the problem is that everybody I only follow 100 Thieves, so I didn't that's just not the way that most viewers work. There's the viewership data, and the international events get way higher viewership. People tune in for those. But those don't add any to the minimum number of matches.
Last player standing.
So the more that you prioritize the stuff that people actually want to watch, the international tournaments, then the more time in the calendar is taken up in merit-based tournaments where it doesn't add to the minimum.
Spike planted.
So the two are diametrically opposed to each other. Like the more time in the calendar you add to the stuff that people tune in to watch the most for, the more that you take away from the like safety net for the bad teams.
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
the only. Sorry, why? Go ahead.
I have a crucial question here. The finesse. Are these two glazing their employer right now? Can you give me the real truth?
No, I see their point. The only issue for me is this kickoff event, okay? Now I understand we had lock-in before. We have a kickoff event now. Why not just make teams earn it the same way both splits? Why do we have to do this?
My ultimate is ready.
Singles and BO3 to go to a Masters event. I don't really see that as insane as if you had to play a whole season together.
Even with numbers, anything can still happen. Remember that.
Work for teams as well. And it's so early into the year as well that you give teams time to adapt and adapt and adapt and adapt. You can still have the same system. You still have the group stage system that you have already from the split 1 and split 2. I just think there's no need for this kickoff. Just do split 1 Masters, split 2 Masters, and then whoever made, and then maybe add an LCQ in there, then you do champs. But the Sliggy the Sliggy format is just clears. It just literally clears. But
Show me a target.
It makes it so I think they start earlier. Like they start the tournaments in January.
Enemy spotted
A. Enemy spotted A.
And that's fine from next year. They just couldn't do that this year because of
Yeah, but why do we have to do that?
Destabilizing. Not enough. My ult is ready. No distractions.
Reloading.
Stop the fire.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Reloading. Where is everyone hiding?
And also you end up pushing champions down to where it overlaps with the world. Yeah. And that's one of the other like big
No.
Hey, the ult.
One kill.
Reloading. What will it be this time? Have any patterns emerged yet?
in like
Reloading.
and then you have a small Christmas break, and then so do you see what I mean? So instead of pushing so it interacts with Worlds, they're never gonna do because Worlds is like their biggest possible event for Riot. Then you have to pick the season earlier on. started the 2027 season in 2020.
4 and 3.
Last year it was Lock-in, then Tokyo, then Champs, right? And,
Get out of my way!
Focusing.
See, I just feel like the events, like that first event needs to be, like the slot just needs to be early. So they fixed that to some extent by making it like how little it was. But I think they can still get that same amount of space within the year to do a like split one. If you remove LCQ.
Yeah, this is where.
Last player standing.
Oh, what the fuck?
You will not kill my allies!
Spike planted.
Okay, but do you want to talk about
Team Ace?
Is nuts. We should talk about that because EG only needs to win 2 games to be able to make it to Madrid.
Can you guys stop taking my
Enemies close. Eyes up.
This is ridiculous. And yet,
Below team.
at EG, they only need 2 wins for the kickoff to make Madrid. All right, let's talk about it. I have just in general, one of the things that now you're gonna get me fired up about the fucking form. Here we go. But the one thing in general that I hate that they do over and over and over again after the year, whether it's with challengers or with the primary league here, way too much weight is thrown onto what happened the previous year when they.
There they are. Focusing. Breaking them. My ult is ready.
Reloading.
I hated last year in challengers.
The hunt begins.
Enemy marked. I mean, they have no choice though. 11 or the 11 teams, right? Yeah.
Last player standing.
Rest.
And then in 2 years' time, 13 is even dumber than that. So, again, if you guys do not have gold for
On round.
bear in mind that 2 years from now, you will all be complaining about the format.
Let them try to get
Complaining about it again, because there are 13 teams and you cannot make a good tournament format with 13 teams. It's not possible. So, like, add it to
Team
your
don't take
guys.
solo team.
Space in at the beginning of the year. I want to see the threat.
Inside.
Yeah.
0 in.
But then they take like 6 or 7 weeks to be able to make it work. And that's a long time. And that's with you playing.
Show me a target.
Why they are doing this where the last year's results matter. It's because we complained about it back when open qualifiers.
Enemy spotted.
No distraction.
That's because I was at home. We were chilling out. Yeah, like I don't have just waking up, brushing my teeth, and all my pieces.
Cage triggered.
Like that's no problem. It's just like they want everything to be on land, so it's a lot more work has to be put into that. But yeah.
Cage triggered.
Last player standing.
Yeah, I fucking hope they do.
Absolutely.
That'd be so funny.
Spike planted.
I mean, yeah, I think 2 games. I mean, it's
What the fuck?
realistic that they can. I mean, it's not.
It has to be 2 wins in a row though as well. Because if they lose and then win,
right.
they have to play like way more, and then they'd have to win at least another couple of times.
Right.
But
They still got jogging though, man. They got this.
Yeah, I mean, the roster's definitely not bad by any means. I mean, has some like nerd figured out how this is all being seeded? Like, is there any way to know who they're going to be playing against? Yeah, so it's just
they said that they would put them into
waiting,
pools.
but-
I imagine they will have 1 team from the bottom pool, but also. What do you do with a team like Ascension? You don't have any data on them, so we put them in the middle
They will
pool,
scurry.
like we see them completely.
And then they will
Or do you say
die.
we don't have any data on them, they must go at the bottom? Like, what do you do then?
Use Ludwig against because the challengers team is going to win.
Okay.
So they're seeded number 2. Behind EG,
They should be above
team,
the teams that they beat at Ludwig Tarek.
Genius.
Yeah, I mean, Listen, I think they've got a pretty good shot. Coming into a fresh season, no one really knows what's going on with the other teams.
Show me a target.
They're gonna beat fucking NRG loud or
What if they seed it? Okay, hold on. So what if they try and do some?
This is so funny because I know the groups. It's so funny.
In my brain, I'm just imagining a world where they're like, MIBR, and then the second game they're playing against.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
Well,
they could play against MIBR. Don't write them off already, likely.
I mean, no matter what, they're gonna have to be
Scanning
one
ahead.
hard team.
Right.
Yes.
Found them.
Right.
Which does make it more difficult, and probably the hard team is going to be in the singular limb portion, where you only get one shot. So I think
Deploying drone.
I think more like EG kind of steals a spot in that singular limb that a better team could have had.
I mean,
think
dude,
that's
I'm
more
not gonna
likely.
take credit for what Sliggy said, but dude, just do BO1 groups. And
30
then do
seconds
BO,
left.
Like double a limb.
No. Sober.
You don't want that. You give them the ability to run BO1
For you.
and then every single group stage from now to
Nice.
The Swiss system that they said is happening at Madrid. Did they say Madrid, right? For groups? They said that it was Swiss at some point during the year. They've already announced it. I can't remember when it was.
Anyone have funds to spare?
Swiss BO1.
Thank you.
And I'm just watching. This is gonna be a good time for me. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Bullshitting on the outside from the
Yep.
ivory tower.
I need
That's
this.
what's up.
It's so nice.
That's what's up. All right, let's keep talking about EG. Now,
I think Sober answer.
teams into the kickoff, rank them, figure out what's going on.
Focusing.
Genius is all right. They've kind of last second gotten this roster together after their players were in negotiations, locked in EG jail forever. Ramifications on Potter and Joshua trying to figure out what the fuck.
Spike planted.
The whole time, who was going to be staying, etc.
Enemy spotted B.
No hard feelings. Cage triggered. Put down.
No.
One enemy remaining.
It is over.
I just put this information online. APOC was then they have Nature who's traveling
Match point.
initially.
We end them
Anyone
forever.
need anything?
And Superman who's been on phase for a minute, and Derek who was removed from 100 Thieves. Thanks. Was looking for a team, so I mean some good. I mean, I'm curious to see what Superman can do.
What are these journalists out here? This looks like an actual roster announcement.
Yeah, really.
Every choice matters.
No, if you didn't say that, I would literally think this is already announced.
Yeah, I thought it just got announced.
Focusing.
Okay.
I was just assuming announced.
I saw you. Where is everyone hiding? My ultimate is ready.
Your duty is not over.
Sweet. Thanks. Show me a target.
Fuck.
Destabilizing.
To like,
The hunt begins. I know exactly where you are.
Enemy spotted A.
yeah,
Message sent.
that's
Run.
Last
Run
player
Sober.
standing.
Run Sober.
like how, no, because think of it.
Spike planted.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Revealing
No,
area.
no, okay.
Found them.
Apoth, you said. What?
Nature.
Played a tier 1 in so long.
Don't pick.
So the fact that
One enemy
No more
remaining.
secrets.
this much at stake, and having a buy on top of that, it's like, I don't know. We'll go with mid at best.
Is Apoth going to be like centered?
Nice try.
I really like Apoth smokes.
Breathe.
but I guess.
Then commit.
I don't think Superman's going to be.
I need a gun.
Depends if they have like Viper.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean if they're going to.
My
I
side.
guess.
Can someone
Anyone have
get
funds
this?
to spare?
Thank you. It feels like if everyone was playing the best we've ever seen them play, this could be a competitive roster.
Yeah,
but
this
that's
is
not
like
how things
life
work.
games. Multiple
On round.
life games are
Yeah, like, they've got some players like Derek's year last year was real sad to watch actually. But
Focusing.
I'm gonna defend not just because he's my friend, but
Cage trigger.
last game, the last LCS game,
Cage trigger.
right? And he got absolutely shit on. But before that,
Buried.
we had an overall they just suck. I think he did.
It definitely, at the very least, it
Oh, what the fuck? Like her.
But I think they also made it.
You will not kill my allies!
That's, yeah, I guess.
Get out of my way!
Spike planted.
wasn't just the clutch pick. He was just significantly.
I am the hunter! Scanning ahead.
Mid syndrome.
One enemy remaining.
3 gone.
And if he does,
Cover.
Last player standing.
Nice. Win.
Defenders win.
Wrecked and hunted.
Nothing to lose. Fucking house money. Blah blah blah. They're a budget roster. Nobody gives a shit. Like they could definitely do some of the stuff that like you're really pushing for if you need this team to like make a Madrid or something like that. I could definitely see it, but they're definitely not a long term.
If there's any event they can make, it's this one.
Right. Because other times they're gonna have to play full seasons. Like this is, they have to honeymoon. They have to do that. And I think like these 5 players might be like decent candidates to go for that with this environment. I feel like, especially like Derek, Superman, APOF, people. Jogabo doesn't give a fuck anymore, and he's already proven himself. Like there's no care for them. I think at this point. They're on EG for Christ's sakes. Like
I'm kind of confused. Like, how have we got to a point? All right, just to set the stage, EG's sister team, the
Match found.
the secondary team, was apparently doing really well in scrims and stuff like that. We saw them play an off-season event where they didn't do very well afterwards, but from all reports, they were doing like they were a pretty competitive team, and yet EG lost their main team because they tried to put them in.
They have no idea how hard this I am.
And yet we've ended up with a team that doesn't really resemble that sister team at all. Wouldn't that just be the most default option? Would be to go with a roster that kept a lot of the synergies of that secondary team that had been playing together all last year. Screwface isn't IGLing with them.
Do you think these guys are making logical decisions over there?
Well, I mean, no, but also if you were just going to make the cheapest decision, wouldn't that also include carrying on a lot of those players?
Yes,
you have to remember what their plan was, right? The plan was, okay, let's release the. They released the reserve roster first because they thought they were leaving, and then they're like, okay, well, we got to sell all these other motherfuckers that just won us a championship or hope that they take a pay cut. And at that point, all these reserve guys are free. They're gone. You think they're coming back? No way. They just played a whole year in the reserve jail, and they're not coming back to get jailed up again for another 2 years. No shot.
Did you get jailed for 2 years with EG? I mean, 2 years?
You never know. It's
to
a
be
risk.
fair, it is
It's
a franchise
risk.
spot, though. I mean, I think some of them would have come back. I just genuinely don't think they were like asked to come back.
It has been.
I think they
the
just
most
said, Potter,
bizarre
create another
decisions.
lineup. That's
I mean,
honestly what I think happened.
It does feel like it. I just entirely reject the beginning of that statement, Bala, where you're like, EG's plan. What? It's like, dude, they have. Dude, I don't know if
dude, at the beginning of
do
the
they have a
offseason,
plan
Wyatt?
other than save money?
At the beginning of the offseason, their plan was fucking malicious, bro. You cannot like they were like, oh, we're gonna ask these guys to take a pay cut, and then we're gonna not let them look at anything for other teams. Like, and
if you die today, I will remember you forever. It has been an honor.
That wasn't the plan. That was the only one. Pretty shitty one. It definitely didn't really work out. All right. I don't know if this. Yeah, go on.
No.
Oh No, I was gonna move on because I don't know if there's much else to really say about this roster. Yeah, exactly. Which is why we're gonna get to the one that we're gonna talk about for 45 minutes. 100 Thieves. They'll be different. Surely they'll be. The fans will finally rejoice at the end of the season when they qualify for the Masters tournament, right, guys? So just the off-season recap. Mike has gone back to the assistant coach. They brought in Zix, who was the assistant coach for EG when they won champions. Stellar, the previous IGL. Lucio, the new IGL. Derek, previous initiator here. EU, pulled up from
Gun here.
This squad. Better than last.
Walls up.
Reloading.
Reloading. Enough to finally take them over the top and make those fans happy.
The reason I say
stay down.
Find it again, but it's not just a confidence thing, right? When I watch 100 Thieves play, it is so much less. Destruction gets thrown around as such a buzzword. I don't hate 100 Thieves. This is not me with a
enough.
But when I watch them play,
Last player standing.
when they're trying to
Spike
get into an
down,
area,
mid.
they just kind of run in. It's when you look at other teams and they've got some kind of setup for how they want to approach things, and when I look at
30
the
seconds
100
left.
Thieves rounds last year and a little bit of what they were doing during this offseason, the sample size.
One enemy remaining.
Chaotic and basic, I suppose.
I have
is
the
word I would
spike.
use to describe it. I don't
Satchel
think
out.
that's what it was.
Satchel out.
Unless they fundamentally readdress their approach to thinking about
10
the game.
seconds left.
I think that is the side of things that has been.
I think one thing that's gonna help them having Boostio as a Stellar, and I think Asuna had a clip where he said something about this where he felt
Chamber,
they
let
were
me
more
borrow
structured
one of your
last year
guns,
as opposed
please?
to this year.
Can I get a drop?
And I think that just opens up a world where the players will kind of get to play their own game.
Does anyone have funds?
Not so much worry about the beginning, middle, end of the strat. Just following that strat. And I think that you might see more playmaking from a lot of these players who are, like I said, talented, just don't have the synergy.
Don't keep them
But I think
brown.
that synergy will come into issue if those players are able to make those kinds of plays. So in that sense, I think that is a perfect call. Like, what the fuck is
Enemy mid.
Play is good. Obviously, he's still clearly in but I think
Cutting their vision.
to now being a little bit more free flowy, they should be better. Now I don't know if they're gonna qualify for anything, but they should be better.
So,
Kill confirmed.
Heal up, squad.
Yeah, they were just slow, stagnant, and then
yeah, that was like the primary narrative about their team all of last year. And then, you know, this year Austin said this about they're going to be looser, and the reaction was like they were so loose last year, and
no,
that's
they
why
just
they
looked
lost.
that way. It looked that way because they were just getting shit on. But they were getting picked apart.
30
Playing
seconds
that
left.
play style, but when you
Water rising.
they were trying to. They were clearly wanting. They had set game that I think Lucio will change up and let players play a little bit more free and loose.
Last player standing.
Microing the entire mid round, or even like having when it starts. So maybe Mike's doing it with whatever last year. I'm not saying that's exactly what happened. I'm just saying
That guy
based
really
off how
brought
I've
a
seen
bow
them
and
play
arrow
this
to
year,
his
especially
gunfight.
off-season events. They look slightly overall more free in terms of being able to make plays. Asuna is making more plays. Even Bang is making more plays. So, and Cry was just playing. This guy's actually super on Breeze. Or Lotus, sorry. So, like, they're just getting to play. And I feel like that's what Lucio is going to allow for them to do. So, this is the ideal world that I am living in. I don't
Leave
know if
that
it'll actually
sober
be
to
true,
me.
but that's going to be when you're going to see 100 Thieves at their best. When I see all the players kind of slowly activated just on their own.
I'm surprised they were quite structured last year because I felt like looking at them, they were pretty lost. Like, it's one thing to have a game plan, but
Shoot. Scattering their vision.
Next.
One enemy remaining.
Example would be they just look lost in those situations.
I agree. Their mid round
which for me was like that was where I thought that they were lacking that kind of like protocol and structure, because when things I mean maybe that's just what Busio is going to try to instill in them is an ability to adapt and improv in those situations. Protocols for everything. They looked mad lost and mad timid last year, and that's what I hope Busio. Like, I am a world champion. I know how to win, and instill some more.
That was what was killing me watching. The lack of confidence in so many moments where you're watching these post-play situations.
I'll be honest, these guys are going to strong.
That was good, but there is more to do.
There's maybe two
On n'est pas sorti de
other
l'auberge.
in this franchise, NA League at least, or Americans that absolutely need a strong start going into the year. Making Madrid would just be insane for them, because at that point it's just the players are feeling confident, you know?
There.
So if there's one team that needs that boost, it's this one.
I completely agree. This is a team that
Time to mobilize my
I
pack.
feel like they've all gotten into the habit of losing, and that's really hard to break out of. And the good thing is that
They will cower.
You have just the actual like team changes by themselves being enough to like hopefully shake something up and get them to break all these habits that they've been making in the last year and a half, whatever. That sort of stuff is like very. The problem I see though is that they have. It's not just structure. It's not just all this. It's literally individuals too. Like Cryo right now is not a player that you. It's not the player that you picked up. Right? There's a lot you have to build back up with him. Asana's the same way, right? There's
Enemy spotted A.
Our spike's down.
And
Spike down A. Last player standing.
Super hot start.
It's funny you said that, is because I said on my stream, fix all their problems. He's not. He's gonna do the best that he can in terms of the mid round, and his overall
Conflict
play
is not
as
my
an
first
individual.
choice, but that choice
They're
was
gonna have
made.
to step up. Like the other players are gonna have to step up and also be able to mid round. Like Victor Crash for me, you're gonna have to be able to up your game to that point where you're able to have enough faith, whatever it takes. Watch VODs, get ideas from other players, whatever it takes. But just practice that stuff in scrims, so then you're able to then do it in a match server under pressure and do it second nature almost. And if they start practicing those habits, hopefully they are, then players like Bang, players like Cryo, Asuna, they need to be more vocal in those mid-rounds, not just Busio calling beginning, middle, end. You know, you need help. I needed help. So I know from experience that it's not just going to be Busio fixing this team.
Wave cracking!
Time to hunt. Get him. Satchel out.
Reloading.
Hawk out. Killing over here.
Nowhere to
Enemy
run.
spotted mid.
Last player standing.
Okay, I only have like 78 grenades left.
Well, see,
Hopefully
one
that's
to you
enough.
is like a lot of time. Or do you, because you're just comparing it to other teams' time period.
Well,
like how much they had.
I mean, you look at the situation the 100 teams did last year, it's actually kind of similar to Sentinels. They were like a team that had a lot of expectations, that had fallen way underneath that, and looked a little lost in their approach and had to kind of rebuild.
I've done more with less. Keep fighting.
And Sentinels took the offseason super seriously.
Still inside.
Here comes the party. Satchel out.
They shifted their comms as they got more comfortable.
My old
They are so dead!
Still in sight.
Water rising!
Bomb buddy out.
Still have a lot of the same players. You have people who play together. 100 Thieves feels like they have different coaching structures. They have different ideal. Yes.
Get out of my way.
Prepare for hellfire!
standing.
I think the field is open because of the changes that map pool to all these other things. These changes being made, I think, evens out.
It seems these strangers want me dead.
I think just because of time, if time isn't everything, at the end of the day, you can get your team in shape in 2 weeks if you're, a good enough team.
I mean, you've also worked with the same core for
fair enough.
Almost the beginning.
To be fair, I wouldn't know for sure because I've never played with one of these guys. Like, I don't know how long it would actually take them. But to me, it's not that crazy to be able to like create a comp, work on it, and like, in my opinion, a good month of practice, which is I think exactly what they have.
That's about what they got, yeah.
You should that cannot be an excuse. Let me put everyone else have the exact same amount, if not a little bit more, and it's not gonna make it
not your best.
Like, maybe even less, just because of the ride issues.
Reloading.
They're done in June.
Yeah.
Try again.
I mean, talking about the top.
Time to hunt.
Events when they don't have a lot of time. Like Sen did that to themselves last year with the Ludwig. They played it, got owned, and then they started off.
Spike planted.
They didn't know what.
You will not kill my allies.
I mean,
they didn't have any clue what the map pool was gonna be. They were literally lost.
They didn't. They were playing just random comps. They weren't even playing comps that were going to help them for the season.
Last player standing.
But I think speaking how that already creates this massive blowback from fans, community, all that shit that they
Team Ace.
and with a team like 100 Thieves, where I think confidence has been a struggle, and now you have people.
Weapon choice. It is so personal, no? You pick a gun and it tells me who you are.
The narratives have been spun already. Like the community has decided that Austin is the problem in 2020. The community has come together.
They just decided that. I decided that 2 years ago.
They got it from you.
Nah, I don't. I mean, obviously, I would say it's a waste of time for a team like Cloud who's already previously in off-season events already. I even said this on my stream. I was like, "What's the?" I don't see why Cloud is here. I do, however, understand a little bit of why 100 Thieves would be there, just to play on LAN together. You know, just to get that sort of edge, just to together in a setting. And I think that
blocking fire.
The hunt begins. Reloading.
C9 thing. I don't know.
I would say how it is, number one, and also give them
Hawk out.
so that when they do practice, they will feel it.
Last player standing.
One down.
And even just getting used to the way. So I don't think it's that big a deal at the end of the day. I just think we're seeing that.
Another fight? Clean slate. Let's leave whatever happened in the past.
Your off-season a while ago. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, C9, they started with a good off-season. Things were looking pretty hot, but it was all they were on a wild traveling around the world. They were going to every country to play Valorant against whatever middle-of-the-road teams were there from local tournaments.
I mean, and their comps, like, they played Deadlock on Ice. Ain't no way, bro.
They will cover!
Perhaps we're getting a little bit silly, and it is Ludwig Tarek Invitational.
I got their spike.
Scout destroyed.
These teams got to shine, and I like that because it kind of just shows how close that level is between these.
Sleep tight.
And how good these players are.
Reloading.
Yeah.
But C9 are currently, dude. I keep thinking back to Valorant's tweet.
Enemy spotted mid.
Valorant players would win first place in the war against working. And it's just such a funny tweet. And it's exactly the opposite of this offseason. He's just taken his team to every event possible, had them flying around the world, playing anywhere they possibly can to try and get them, I guess, in shape for the season. They look like a fun team to follow. They look
right. I think they'll be. I don't know about. That's
30 seconds left.
Similar to these two teams.
Enemy and defender spawn.
Right up.
Let's burn the die.
You just need that to feel that.
Spike planted. My ult's ready.
Split. And even the kickoff event, actually making it and being able to play at the Masters, it's just more experience for the players. Oxy.
Seek them down one.
Last player standing.
Much more confident having a hot start. I don't think it's. But yeah, I actually played all these options.
Also, yeah,
this is like the way to find out as many officials possibly play. I know a lot of people who have thought that
They don't have a single life worth saving.
roll through these things without really worrying too much about all the different comps you could play, about the meta, blah blah blah. Like you get to be a very flowy team. And
the crazy thing. Sorry, continue. I was gonna interrupt you. I was gonna say the crazy thing about this off season or like this season coming up compared to last year that I think no one has mentioned for some reason is the no roster lock.
Time to explode.
Like, last year you were locked into your roster. Doesn't matter how bad or good someone
Water rising.
You're stuck with this one. Doesn't matter who it is. And then now it's a
Bomb buddy out.
Cutting their vision.
There's so many good players. There's so many good players that are in the tier 2.
Target B.
Got one. Especially
Cutting their vision.
He's eating a hot start. Not that much time. Like once you start these matches, you gotta just win. You lose, you're actually fucked.
yeah,
So
from a player's perspective.
yeah.
And also, I mean, it's not like it's going to be difficult for orgs to replace people.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, not at all.
I mean,
They're also like incentivized this year with the new two-way player rules and all that.
These players will take they'll take the league minimum to play. So
Okay, which gun to pick this time?
Hate Rocket Sky the most. Is Cloud9 not up there? Like having to run Fancy or Silver or Zeta playing Silver for like has Zeta ever played Silver? Yeah, he's played 5 games ever of Silver.
Need help.
I don't know when those were. Certainly weren't recently.
yeah.
This is gotta be. This is.
Show them how we fight.
Disliking this most recent.
they're just gonna have to adapt Breach, right? Or sorry, not Breach, Fate. Or so.
Yeah, playing more Fate like this. Fate is not useful.
Good thing
Reloading.
and Oxy, so he can just
There.
Is Oxy as good as Blue? Do you guys think that?
Enemy mid.
insane.
It's like
Reloading.
Americans last year.
Questions here, Josh.
Last player standing. Spike down. Long.
He almost beat Fnatic. Did Curry ever? Or not Curry. Curry was there though.
Last round in the half.
Yeah,
Spend those spreads before we lose them.
Did Leaf ever beat Fnatic?
Is Redgar better than Leaf?
Yes. Yes, he is.
I mean, Redgar played Ranger and he fucking toasted you, actually.
Wait, why are we bringing that up, bro? Why are we bringing up that one Haven game?
I forgot about
The
that.
one Haven game where these guys didn't even play the map,
No
chose a
prisoners.
troll comp and beat us on our best map. That was disrespectful.
That was wild.
Stealing sight.
It is what it is. That was years ago.
Yeah, doesn't even hurt anymore.
Walls up.
Take it out.
Grenade.
But I think right now, entering into it, I think Oxy has potential to
Get him.
Enemy spotted A.
We just don't
Reloading.
I think like 100% like
Nowhere to run!
Spike planted.
one
also think, I mean, this is adding to the team a lot as well.
Shield going out.
Understanding of how to play comms, good like secondary calling as well.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, huge amounts of
Work out our differences.
but in terms of like raw, just duelist firepower, yeah.
Switching sides.
Why is this relevant anyway?
Take them out before they even pull the trigger.
Is it just comparing? Is it just to like?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, the two star duelists. You gotta listen. What is there to talk about in town if not just fucking yapping about the star duelists and who's better than who? That's all you do.
I was just saying if there was like an underlying like reason behind it too, because that's also very true. But
no, I was just hitting you with a fucking ESPN first.
We'll see. When we see G2 versus C9, we'll know the answer.
Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's move on to Leviathan. I mean, alright. An interesting team for sure. Obviously, they made a lot of moves. You know, they brought in Osboss. Hey, that was pretty cool. They brought in Flash. Okay, that's an interesting
Target
one.
mid.
Last player standing. Flawless.
There's nothing funny about that. They won the super down, and
Their lives are so meaningless. Might as well give them to me.
I think that's so bizarre.
I mean, Tom is obviously a fantastic player, but is it worth the fucking mental headache that you've provided to the rest of your players and just, you know, going above them and making the boardroom executive decision to subvert what the team was intending on doing?
Me when I signed the best player in Americas and he deliberately wants to play with Nozra and then I cut Nozra and make him annoyed.
Enemy spotted mid.
There's a reason the Bucks have
Trap destroyed.
Something must have happened though, I mean. Surely,
I don't think
right?
it did, actually. I mean, there's been some reporting around what's going on. It's been a bit weird. But management were talking to Cop a long time prior, trying to get him into the team to build this, like, multinational team.
One less.
Oh, well, that's the end of it. And then they realized towards the end, and I think it was just opportunism. I think it was just... We have a
Spike down mid.
No chance a random player, doesn't matter who it is, appears and starts playing a script without me, like, you know, having a say in whether he should be playing or not. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think they must have discussed
30
it with the
seconds
team
left.
to some degree, but it seems like Aspas was not in favor of that. He had wanted to play with Nozra.
One enemy remaining.
And maybe there was some beef that had previously happened between King and Nozra. There was some like rumors swirling about that, but the reporting on it has been spotty and kind of difficult to
10 seconds left.
Through, but I think it reads like it was just opportunistic from the management.
Last player standing.
Again, it's hard for me to believe that it wasn't triggered by something that happened on the team because it's so hard for me to believe that like players just have no idea or no intent.
Aw, surrounded by minha família. We won't lose.
At the very least, it seems like it's in the grade. Like they didn't all. They did not come out and say that. You know, it's really not like a full team. Everybody got together and decided to do this. It doesn't come across that way at all. It's existing somewhere in the middle at the very least.
I feel like I'm going heavily against the prevailing wisdom here, but I don't think it's that much of an upgrade. I think that Nozra was an extremely good player.
Time to hunt.
The advantages that you're going to be getting by adding Con, who's obviously fantastic, looked amazing when he was playing last year, and innovating as well, playing Sova on a bunch of maps. But I think that the advantages you get there are possibly just lower.
Spike
than
down mid.
Synergy that you already had.
Don't resist.
And you know that he's for you. I don't see that it's that much of an upgrade.
This is the same thing as Derek, Gone, and EIU. It's the same kind of
Spike
like,
planted.
why even do it? It makes no sense. But that's why I'm saying, like, I think something absolutely had to have happened for this kind of
Feeling sight.
Because yeah, player for player, it fucking cares.
Cutting their vision.
Not a single.
One enemy remaining.
I personally think that that's okay for GMs to try to make those decisions. Or whatever.
Okay, now we side with relief.
And that's very probably now on com. But
Hey, loosen up. It's only life or death.
Slightly different. I think it's okay to make these types of decisions. I do think it's important to keep your when opportunities like this arise, I think you have to be able to make the quick decisions, and if they make it wrong, then you'll pay. But I don't see this going drastically wrong unless something has happened.
We'll come back.
And
I can feel it.
you know, it's very difficult for internal team environments to get away from stuff like that.
One down.
Let's just make shit up. NCR just got into a huge fight.
Yeah.
With like 3 of them.
I heard NCR actually headbutted King in the middle of the game.
Exactly. I heard the same thing actually.
Yeah. From 2 different sources.
The story about the time game was like last round. They were kind of
Spike down B.
And King called a timeout, called something crazy. It was like
reloading.
And then NCR was just like,
wave crashing. Shield going out.
And we just ran the
One enemy remaining.
We never did that in practice. Why the fuck would we do that?
I've never seen that.
Dude, Noswa was a former IGL. He used to IGL for Furia. And
No
one of the
charges.
funniest interviews that we ever had last year was that we had an interview with Owner, where Owner was like, I don't really believe in anti-stratting at all. We just stick to our own game. And we were like mind blown by this. And then Noswa
30
came
seconds
on,
left.
Like 2 weeks later for an interview, and he was like, yeah, we're trying to get the team to do more anti-stratting stuff.
Water rising.
Resistance. Like, so there may well be between King Mazzino and Noswa that were bubbling under the surface. It's just so hard to tell.
Last player standing.
Reloading. I'm still here, amigo. My ult's ready.
One bullet per enemy. That should be enough, yes?
No. I don't think they... Okay, I have a very strict definition for super team. I don't think this counts as a super team particularly, but I think they're damn good. Like, they're looking really strong.
Yeah, I agree. I think you need 3 world-class teams, proven world-class players for it to be like that. And I think with Calm, you can technically make the argument that, you know, with King, Aspas, Calm, it's a pretty insane trio. And then you have Tex, very consistent.
Spike down A.
I'd say the closest, besides energy, I'd say it's the second.
You will not kill my allies.
multiple different.
Flooding them.
Nowhere to run!
Feeling sight.
That's what's happening.
Cutting their vision.
3 out of the 5. I think Tex and Mazzino push it away from being a true super team, but this is their year to prove that they are both super team level players as well. Tex for sure, I think, is hungry to do that, and especially on the roll, where he's going to be able to flex his aiming muscles.
Spike down mid.
This team doesn't implode, and they don't make top 2.
Spike spotted mid.
Basically every international a bit of an underperformance, as weird as that is to say, unless they get like randomly upset.
Pathetic.
30 seconds left.
No, yeah. I think NRG and Lev are not allowed to lose.
One enemy remaining.
In terms of qualifying for the
Alright. Let's move on to Loud.
Gear up. Stay safe.
I'll shut up.
We're going back in.
Anything I say will be used against me.
Did someone spot me?
I I was gonna send it to you for the first question.
Dude, what, man?
I'll
What do you want?
job
They're the
on
best.
that
They're
one.
the greatest of all time.
I
Nothing.
mean,
No
they're
one's
an
touching
S-tier
allowed,
team.
man.
We all know they're an S-tier team, but okay, in the most critical way possible that gets you in no hot water whatsoever.
I'll be in hot water, bro.
I am just curious about your very on the team without Osboss. You know, from your perspective on the outside watching, but also, you know, like theoretically, if you decided to you were competing and you were going up against.
The hunt begins.
Spike down A.
I think massive, right? And that's giving all credit to the rest of the guys. Like that's giving credit to Attack, to Ease, and basically everyone that's still there. Yeah.
Spike planted.
Much of a stock on that. That losing him.
Blinded.
He's not a player that's replaceable, right?
My ult's ready.
Objectively, I can't say that this team will be as good as they were last year.
Last player standing.
I don't think objectively. So, energy that are formed. When I look at teams that I've led that are formed, how am I supposed to put Loud ahead of them?
They want to dance?
I can't. So that's why, to me, they're slightly gonna like a tier below that, and you know we'll see how they do. But again, we haven't seen no scrim results from them. I don't know how they're playing. I don't know what their comps are, anything like that. So little information to go by. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna be nearly as good with aspects.
If Loud had been playing last year with QCK as the duelist and they'd done everything else exactly the same, it's hard to believe that they would have been as good. It really is. I think the only way that you can justify putting Loud as still in the tier team is that you have enormous amounts of faith that Salah
Get out of my way!
Reloading.
I just don't think they're going to
Spike down B.
Hawk out! Blinded. Reloading. Reloading.
I just don't believe it. But I don't see what the vision is. And I'm willing to give a lot of credit to Sadak that he's going to be able to come up with an interesting
One enemy remaining.
Oh yeah, I know it's gonna be less
Reloading.
I'm on board.
Yeah,
you
maybe.
put less on Jet, I'll shut the fuck up right
30
now.
seconds
Like,
left.
You guys got that. Now we can see some real shit. Because I
Blocking fire.
know how insane less is. So it's like, if you're capable of doing that, then obviously it's so unrealistic and it's never gonna happen. So yeah,
Flooding them.
I can't put them above the NRG as led. Like, I just can't. Not yet.
10 seconds left.
Interesting because the last few years they've obviously faced off-season changes with Pankata and Saucy leaving last year and whatever. But this year it's different in terms of what they've chosen to go for, right? Last year was a bunch of young players, build them up, kind of playing the same sort of system.
We're here because we're the best. Don't any of you forget that.
And I think that's a good sign. With that being said, like, yeah, it's going to be tough to even figure out how to continue from there. You're probably going to see them move away from a lot of the, like, meta-defining stuff that they tried to do with Harbor Viper. I think they're going to try to play just a lot more solid in general.
One thing I do like about them is the fact that they innovate so much, right? That's what's different about them. Yeah, that no one else in NA has done to that extent. Viper Harbor last year, and they were the only teams to do that. Before that, they were playing Gecko on Split. Like, no one had even thought about that. That's the old thing. So it's like, they are not afraid to change up their comps, which will make them hard to anti-strike. So for teams like NRG and coaches like Jet are heavy on energy, that will be very difficult to deal with. In that sense, maybe they have a little bit more of an advantage in that sense, but...
I just think the players that they have still...
You will not kill my allies!
He still has room to grow. Like, yeah, he had some rough spots that spoke a little bit more to the environment that they were in throughout than anything else. But he had the best harbor. Still, like, to my mind, he was still like the best harbor of the year. So these guys can still brag, and I think it's crazy not to think about them as contenders for these international tournaments and as contenders to win a split, despite the fact that
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
But this is a team that will
Spike planted.
be very, very, very good.
The weird thing about them is just that they've loaded the and then they
Match point.
These new friends of ours are not too friendly.
Playing roles where you can't always put them in position to succeed in the round. But you can't always ensure that Les is in the place to be able to influence the round when he's in his current role. And maybe you can get Jenny coming back into the meta, but it's more difficult than doing that with a duelist. And the same with Kalanzine. You can't always put Kalanzine in a place where he's going to be able to go. So they just have a very fundamentally different team to most other teams. They don't have the. They're going to have to rely much more on each other.
Reloading.
I mean, what do you think about potentially, like, if they started innovating a chamber kind of method?
Like I said, if they have that in their arsenal, which they've shown that they're capable of switching up things like that, then by all means, they definitely have some sort of advantage going into BO3s versus teams. But it's just, you're relying on a surprise factor at that point. Like I said, Aspas was no surprise factor.
Careful here.
Exactly what was coming, it was still hard to stop.
I'm actually kind of scared in terms of like the innovation factor that they have. Yeah, they have the they have the people to be able to do that sort of stuff, but the flexibility factor I feel like almost always came from Sada. And I just like enemy mid. It's tough for him to constantly be that guy.
Quick and quick.
Spike down mid.
I'm actually curious.
Ended.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, previous Furia iterations over the past couple of years, there were times
The hunt begins.
Water rising.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, that's right.
They could actually just crush our
Take aim, Zenfire. Let's not complicate it.
They could be coming out playing ball. It's really difficult to tell.
I mean, when he was playing Jet, he was a fucking wild player. He was really aggro.
The only one we don't see, right? Just because he's fourth class.
I guess.
Yeah, it was just so insane.
We win, we survive.
I have a question though. I have a juicy question. What if Loud doesn't do well, and Penkata is allowed to leave Sentinels? You think Penkata goes to Loud?
I think if they wanted to try to move 2Es into a different role, or possibly even less into a different role, then Penkata might actually be around. That's the kind of like mid-season adjustment that you would see if they. The thing is though, Loud at this point, they must have been practicing for a while. Like they must know their own identity.
My ult is ready. They are so dead.
It's so annoying.
Cutting their vision.
A couple of players that are just getting screwed, just sat on a bench somewhere, not being able to play.
Yeah, I mean.
Reloading. Cutting their vision. There.
Prepare for hellfire.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining. Spike down B. Last player standing.
Sacrificing one of the flexing players, but individually, he is such a fucking demon that, you know.
Unfortunately though, like, where's the incentive for Sentinels to allow that to happen, right? They literally are competing against. Like,
sure.
10 seconds left.
Such a short period.
I'll show you financial documents where it says burning cash. That might be the incentive. Trying to get somebody off their side. The guy that funds them, who owns that sushi restaurant and runs the VC firm, go into his restaurant and order some fish.
The enemy only
and tell him
looks
about how much
composed.
money Pancada
Their
is
hearts
burning
tell a
inside
different
the bench.
story.
Does anyone have fun?
Yeah. When you put it that way, I mean, Pancada, theoretically, depending on what happens to any of the teams Brazilian teams, Pancada, you know, a decent prospect. Furia made a couple changes in the offseason. Dijazine, who was
now or never.
wild on duelist last year, no longer with the team for reasons out.
Enemy A.
They will cower!
We've seen him play in the offense.
Trap destroyed.
Playing duelist, and he was going pretty fucking good.
Enemy spotted A.
So, you know, some potential little Fury last season, beginning of the season, where everybody felt like, you know, by everybody, I mean, you guys overrated them when I wasn't on, and then they fell off. So, that happened. Feeling more confident or less confident about Furia this year? Or is it the exact same level? What do you think, John?
Spike down B.
Spike spot wave crash. Every time you look at the stats, MW's plus 30, and the rest of the team don't have it's exactly the same. It's something that MW plays, and the rosters that he finds himself on.
30 seconds left. Spike down B.
Forces the team that no one else can manage to find their value when they play.
Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
I think that's it.
I know that happens. The others, I'm not as
Stay
sure
alive.
about, but like
I
they
want
should
their
not
life, not yours.
negative 20 and negative 3s, while MW just is the only person getting any kills. They should be able to figure out a more balanced system. It looks like MW kills everybody, and the rest of them are just running around in some of the games. So it's really unusual what you get. It really is. It's just a bit bizarre watching.
I do think, I mean, I don't really have the inside information, but when I look at this
Enemies here.
putting together the team and really work together in the past, despite, you know, looking insane himself. With that being said, I'm not using the offseason to really even infer anything, because I think those games, they ended up having what, like some food poisoning at that.
You
India
will
event.
not kill my allies!
And it was also like them working on their coach for I just
That was honest.
it doesn't. Other than Havoc, like it just means going back to playing with some of the people that they.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
I mean, Liazzi's new though, right? Liazzi was previously playing for like, I don't know.
Killing over here.
Havon Liberty way back in the day. And then
Shit, I
he-
forgot.
That's what I'm saying. He's in those circles. It's always people. Always in the fucking.
Switching sides.
mid-tier-
Overtime.
Please do not mistake my smile. I take this all very seriously.
Hey, by the way, this might be an effect of the fact that Brazilian teams they kind of get proper scrims throughout the entirety of the year because all of their good
Careful
players
here.
move to LA. So you know,
There.
it's not like I'm not an expert, but I don't know how many good up and coming Brazilian players there are aside from the people that were on the union, and like half of them are not going to be allowed to participate. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, half of them are felonies.
So, I mean,
Hey,
true.
keep at it.
True.
It's
It's
just
true.
true.
It's literally a fact. This is the one team. I mean,
Whoa, stop.
Wow. So this is the team. They could. For some reason, I'm like
Shield going up.
I have this.
Scout destroyed.
Spike down B. Last player standing.
Prepare for hellfire!
Switching sides. Match point.
Sort out your gear quick. Time's more precious than a bullet.
A lot of the really close games are on the precipice of fucking doom and gloom. And then Nash was into the team. Is finally
one of their assistant coaches is just at the rat on PDX. Have you seen those emotes? They're like the little rat that's like,
what are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
Are you not even the Twitch emote?
I know the emo, but what are you talking about?
Well, that's all I'm gonna see every time I see it. I'm just gonna see a rat like DDX. I'm just gonna say
Inside.
Enemy spotted B.
Oh, these guys don't have LC. Win.
Last player standing. Attackers win.
Just click on more results. 109 more results. So, just do it. Good's gone.
Just caught his ass at 4K, poor guy. That was the 3 minutes he walked away too.
I knew it. What happened? I just got back. I had to use it. I had to pee so bad. What happened?
I just asked you to pull up the match results, and I realized that you weren't there.
I had to pee so bad. Okay, I'll pull up the match results.
Dude, look at this. So LCQ is literally the only thing that they've won in like 1,000 years. They have been, it's just red all before that, red all after that, and then they won every game in LCQ. I think they made a deal with the devil.
This is an absurd run, dude. What is this?
Yeah.
Like, it actually takes an effort to lose that much. And then randomly win.
Oh, well, yeah, I couldn't randomly win at the end, but I could lose a lot.
This is a team that went to every international tournament.
I mean, but to be fair, all their matches were stupid close.
They were, yeah.
Yeah, during the regular season. Are we expecting better results from Crew overall this year, or is it gonna be
match found?
Yeah, I mean,
yes, we're expecting better results.
That is a fact.
The thing is that I think you need to make an upgrade to the core of the team, and they basically took away one piece, and I don't know if it's necessarily an upgrade. Everybody's going to say, of course it is. Nags is gone. Like, of course it's an upgrade. That guy needed to be cut, like, years ago.
Yes,
but, like,
I'm pumped!
Realistically, you still have Kesnet Klaus on this team, and they've tried to, like, move it around in the past, but they keep coming back to it, and it just isn't interesting to me. This is the same people for 3 years.
I mean, who was their Sentinel last year?
That was Davies.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha,
yeah,
okay.
Davies died, though, so unfortunately, you know, that's...
Yeah, so
they had to find a replacement there.
I mean, Shai is very good, though, to be fair.
He is extremely good. I mean,
Shai
Davies
was fantastic.
Davies was exceptional. It might even be a downgrade, but Shai is really, really good. I think it should be a bit of a side grade there.
I think Shai was good with Leviathan, and I was completely on board with one of the fact that you said where he was guiding the guy, dragging them through some of those games. But I think that might be because of the system he played in. It was very, very structured, and because of that, he shined because of his discipline in comparison to everybody else. Crew is not. They ain't got no discipline, bro.
They just gotta close.
Dude, they were disciplined during LCQ.
Yeah, you're right.
Dude, those 1-3-1ers, those guys on the fucking extremities of the map were not taking one step forward until there was 40 seconds left on the clock. They were just sat there watching. You never know what's gonna come out B main on split.
They just need to close more games. So that's simple.
They
I didn't have to say this because, my vibe, but stay clear on my explosions,
this is what I was
okay?
worried about with them doing well at the end of last year, is that I thought they should just deliberately lose LCQ in order for them to be incentivized to properly make moves.
This guy's going to be coping about that the Crew won't go on a run moment forever.
Yeah, forever. I'll never get over this. I'll never get over it.
Never won a game again. All right, let's keep it pushing. MIBR. Y'all got anything? That was the end. I don't really know where to take this one. Y'all got anything?
All Brazilians are perfect. They do nothing wrong.
There are no reasons to be excited about MIBR.
Grenade!
Still inside. Spike down B.
To bring them results to just cycling another IGL. That is
Get out of here!
One enemy remaining.
Triple, baby! To have too much synergy with each other. The roster doesn't have
Last player standing.
firepower.
Clutch!
Basically every other roster when you're comparing it on paper. So that means that the value has to come from a lot of other places.
I will disassemble
I
their
think that
war
could be a
machine.
serious issue, because as good as Fraud and Bazooka have made teams in the past, I think they're working with a difficult job here.
I'll give you one reason. I think the stuff coming out of their camp at the end of the year where he kind of some play style, whatever. I think that's a great thing to get rid of in terms of.
Let me show you how the boss does it.
And so that combined with Fraud, I think, is something that I'm now seeing. Whether now I'm excited to see what
I'll find you. Grenade!
Motivated to show that they actually have the ability to do whatever, and that combination of like work ethic could work with Fraud and without any blockers,
Over there.
which he supposedly was.
Like that is a massive factor. Like there just isn't buying it.
Spike down mid.
Basically, just it's a sinking ship.
And like, there was no tools to deal with that situation. So
Last player standing. Flawless.
sometimes there was glimpses of they had like
Deep breaths, everyone. Your hearts are pounding.
beat you guys energy, and that was like the peak of it. And I think that peak was exciting. That peak was good enough to maybe do something in terms of like maybe go into playoffs and whatnot. But beyond, like if the blockage within the team is enough for that not to happen ever, then yeah, all of a sudden you don't have that anymore. You might be decent here.
Excited to see more Jay-Z. He was the last season. I think he could still. I think
Target spotted A.
the breakout player.
My ultimate
Still inside. Our spike's down.
Spike down B.
You know, maybe it's hard to believe it'll be, you know, more significant than maybe getting up towards the mid-table this year. It's going to be at the bottom of the table, but that wouldn't be too.
One enemy remaining.
I think that would be perfect.
Got spike.
Reloading.
Spike planted.
Yeah. Okay. Let's keep it. They have made a few changes.
Those fools just wasted their advantage.
Not particularly interesting. We can move on to Sentinels. Everybody loves that. Alright, let me go down here. I'm looking at the roster changes in the run of show. They had Song, now they have Mari. They had FNS, and now they have Eva.
Over there.
And they had Artist.
I got their omen.
They have Demon 1. The duelist jumped on the table. Baller.
I'll find you. Satchel out. Satchel out.
They will go.
Bomb buddy out. Grenade!
Spike carriers down.
Spike down A. Last player standing.
I think these guys are going to do everything in their power to set Demon 1 up to be exactly like he was last year. And if
My city needs me.
don't see
I
that,
can't be away for long.
they still got 4
Let's end this quickly.
This is a team that should be winning this league. Like 100%. They should finally get a regional title, and they should be moving on to actually compete for international titles.
I'm interested in your perspective on how difficult you think it is for players that hasn't experience as the primary IGL to step into those shoes. Because there are a lot of people
Reloading.
secondary role, but it's there is
Where are you?
you are powerless. In order to shoulder that responsibility as the main IGL for the team.
If the player we were talking about wasn't Ethan, I'd agree 100% that that gap would be a lot larger. But with Ethan, he's not. Even when he was playing Counter-Strike, he's played with a lot of great IGLs. Now going into Valorant, he's played with a few good IGLs.
Spike's down.
Spike down B.
Disappoint me.
They're brave. Nothing there.
Players around him who are willing to, and not just willing to, will
Can't
buy
use that.
all mid-round a lot.
Still in sight.
All he has to do
One enemy remaining.
Cutting their vision.
Last player standing.
You are so
IGL isn't
disappointing.
necessary. It's this one in terms of like, you don't have to have IGL.
No one beats my firepower. I got this.
And so that's why I regard them so highly. It's because there are so many players, there's so many factors that go into why this team is going to be good that have nothing to do with team leading.
Can you speak a bit to what chat is like during timeouts? Because my understanding is that while some of the coaches might be more like big picture during timeouts, like you guys are getting fucked because you're not taking enough mid control,
Over
something
there.
like that. My understanding is that chat is more specific with it, like trying to call
He just calls it
specific
strat.
strategies or something.
He just calls it strat. So we have a playbook that there are
Caution
times
here.
where he'll randomly call something we've are running into a situation or a wall that we've never run into before.
Take hold.
Spot, but that's rarely the case. It's more so he'll just look back at the playbook and go,
Yatasha.
we've tried ran it 100 times. And then usually from that point on, we kind of build up if we win the round.
That seems like a very
Last player standing. Spike down mid.
It's easy. I mean, even I told him, and I'm an experienced caller. I told him like,
Sound sensor
stop
up.
telling me what we're doing wrong. Just 6 rounds in. Tell me what to do then. Call the next round. Then you've seen everything. You've seen how your opponent reacts. You can easily, you know.
Raise,
so you
plug
start
me into
doing
the
that,
tunes. Yeah, I
then
know
it
you
has
got the
to
good
change.
stuff.
Maybe it'll change with this team. I don't know. As far as it went with him and I, it was very a simple agreement of call a timeout. Don't, you know, there's no point in wasting any time. Just call what you see. Have faith that it will work.
From my experience, think it might be a little difficult for an IGL to step into local mid-rounders if, for example, they lose faith in
Get
you.
out of my way! Hey!
Because then they'll try to overcall a lot. With that being said, again, I don't expect that to happen, but that is like a potential thing that some IGLs would fall into for
if they didn't know each other. But these guys know each other
Ah!
really to begin with. Like, we were all really good.
Satchel out. Over there. Satchel out.
Scatter. I don't see those type of problems.
Go get him.
Spike down B.
Plant the spike. Reloading. I have to fight.
I think
Sensor spike planted. My ult's ready.
Over
there.
Fire in the hole!
I know exactly where you are.
One enemy remaining.
Still dead. Gun here. Gun here.
There is no like.
Make them regret their choice of profession.
But besides that, it's all good and it's all normal. Everyone's normal. It's chill, good friends. There's very little like serious.
My main concern with this is how the role overlap is going to
Let's make them dance.
Demon 1 had a very specific setup on EG where they had really Demon 1 playing the jet and then the smokes, and then when Demon 1 wasn't on Demon, Jordan would come in to fill that spot. So what do you think is more likely? Demon 1 being able to just start
Caution here.
raise, or is that going to be Victor?
Vic is too good on
those?
raise. Vic is basically now you could argue he's worth
Nightmare's over.
the jog over someone's A. Vic needs to, or sorry. So they need a raise.
Light planted.
There's no jet on the map.
Someone's A.
Demon 1 is going to go to smokes. And then probably what will happen is Marv will go into Viper or whatever else. Maybe no smokes or whatever. Obviously, Marv is still going to be the main controller on the team.
Bring them.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Nothing's perfect, but that was perfection. You're all more important than words in a brief.
Two of everything.
Look out for each other.
Two people can play smokes on the team. Two people can play initiators on the team. Two people can play duelists on the team. The only thing they didn't lack, like see in these tournaments and stuff, is who's going to play the sentinel role consistently. But one, it's the easiest role to learn. Now that's debatable, but I think I stand by that. And then two, Vic and Austin have both played it. Fight harder. So
over there.
They have two of everything. There's
grenade.
Yeah, I think people forget because it was so long ago that this was genuinely
Target spotted.
Here comes the party. Satchel out.
do it recently too. Yeah, no, I was thinking about when he was playing Cypher, like back when he was playing.
Target spotted A.
I'll find you. Enemy spotted A.
Very true.
Bring them down.
Yes,
You're the only one.
Okay, maybe I'm the only one.
Comes a bad
Maybe I'm
take.
the only one. This is an incoming bad take on the horizon here. But when Som first joined NRG, there was a lot of talk about
Last player standing.
Marv had previously been fantastic on that team. But I love the way that Som was playing smokes on NRG. I feel like the
Thrifty
made his role focused, and then he was pounded. And
I did again. Their
I
fear
know
is
that
a
it wasn't
crack
an
and
exact,
crack.
like,
Do you have skin pendle? Right?
But that to me is the big area where Marv is now going to have more
Rex,
roles
do you
to
want
fill, probably,
skin
like
pendle?
more moving around.
Hey, attack.
And
Can I get a drop? Thanks.
correct me if I'm wrong here, but I feel like when he was playing,
Thank you, love you.
the style that you played gave him a very like open lane to go for those aggro lurks that he's known for.
Bomb buddy out.
If you're trying to build entirely around space to make his plays in the same way.
Where are you? Still in sight. Mark 2.
I see what you're saying. The season that I specifically kind of talked with Sam in my apartment where I was like,
Enemy defender spawn.
just play about playing stagnant and like and not dying.
You disappoint.
Light carriers down.
Spike down B.
Next.
Last player standing.
Instead of worrying about what we were doing, and his whole entire game changed. Jimmy never had this issue. Jimmy doesn't give a fuck. He just plays.
No, he's doing whatever he wants.
And so if there's any player on the team that will do that and have that issue, it will definitely not be Jimmy.
Sorry, bro. My ultimate's ready. Flash.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Careful now. Come on, let's go.
And I think that's
Watch your eyes.
Class player, right? It's just his consistent ability to just take over based off what he thinks is
10 seconds left.
He just did it, right? So
yeah.
That's the kind of player you need in that role.
As much as this world hurt me, it's mine, and I will kill to defend it.
At a very high level, right?
Alright.
He already does
Again.
that or did that.
Here's my question though. Do you think that's
Spike
easier
here.
to have a player like that find
Can I get a
success
drop?
when everybody else is doing quite a set thing? Like, it feels like when I think about the way that this team is going to
Stay focused.
I would imagine them being a bit more loose and a bit more improv-y than the way that you ran the previous round. I don't imagine that Ethan will be calling as heavily. I think he'll be
Nightmare's over.
Cutting them out.
to be the wild card element when the rest of
They will cower.
going up. Pressure to show them out or something like that.
Enemy spotted B.
Last player standing.
They love being able to, like, we just love knowing we're hitting the correct side.
Last round before the switch.
And then
Spend wisely or spend foolishly. Just spend.
we did play very similarly in a sense that it was a very heavy defaulty team that went into a strat lane. And same thing on defense, like their setups interchangeable between them. So because those styles are a little bit similar, I think they'll be fine, and Jimmy will still just be able to, as long as they're putting that default standard stuff,
We set the tempo,
be able to
not
find
them.
his timings and his picks as
I mean, there's so many, positives. Are there any, or rather, I guess, like, what would
Satchel out. Satchel out.
Nothing there.
avoid to get the success?
You're nothing.
right away.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, getting boomed by
One enemy remaining.
like setup.
Grenade.
They're like the West.
Switching sides.
They're going to scatter from my stuff. Super easy to pick off.
Way worse than it was on the previous roster. And just based off the talent they have and based off the expectations not that they have for themselves, is going to be impossible to just rectify this problem within such a short span of time. Because again, like we said, everyone has to win, right? If you lose, you're especially if you're a super regarded as you have that expectation.
Damn, you're talking like you're about to take their spots and shit. Like,
I'm just saying,
every
I mean,
team, like,
no
you gotta
risk.
win.
I'm just saying, like, they just have to win. It's that simple.
Yeah. Well, speaking of
Grenade!
super teams,
Yes.
what?
You better be transitioning into a real super team.
It's Sentinels. What do you mean? That is a what are you
Yeah.
talking? That is a real super team. Hates 100 Thieves, hates Sentinels, hates Tens. Crazy. Yeah. Crazy. Alright. So, going crazy in the offseason. The hype has never been higher.
Someone's B.
Just a couple years. This
Target
is,
spotted mid.
Berlin 2021. The hype has never been higher for Sentinels who, actually do really well. How are we feeling in regards to them in the echelon of? I'm going to assume they're just kind of the proposed, top four that we're looking at to make Madrid to the teams. It's, you got Sen, Loud, NRG, Leviathan. That's kind of the assumed top four we have. How
This team has a great chance of getting hot out the gate. I feel like they
Spike planted.
Bam.
yeah, and start off strong. Like, there's a lot
Last
of
player
that
standing.
haven't you know, that have just been getting used to the changes that they've been going through. This team has been like grinding out all of the small details for like months now, and they've been taking the offseason so seriously, like way more than any other team.
Hey.
Var försiktig. The battlefield changes with every play.
For kickoff, fucking anyone can do that shit. Right now, like, we don't know.
I don't think there even.
We don't know
I
how
don't
to
think there even is a game.
Well, I guess
to win the kickoff.
it's not a technically, I
you
guess
just
there's not
qualify.
technically a winner, but yeah, it's the same thing. You know what I mean.
Right.
They're capable, yeah. Like, we don't, like, it's just so hard to say. Because, like, you just name, like, 4 or 5 other teams. Nice. Right? But they're in that. Last year, they weren't really in that conversation.
And what's the community expectations I think is going to be higher because you've actually seen them play well.
Exactly.
You haven't seen Loud play well. You haven't seen NRG play well. So people are going to
Caution here.
be hyped.
Enemy spotted. Tries.
Good that you're not but that's not exactly
Sensor tripped.
Last player standing. Spike planted. Flawless.
Like, I know if I was playing against that team, it'd be very difficult for me to read.
I'll outshine all their
each
radius.
other based off what I've heard, and like the voice comps and stuff. They just have to maintain that level. If they can maintain that level, they will be fucking really dangerous, even for teams with energy left.
Satchel out.
They gotta maintain that level.
Satchel out.
I think, you know, because Celsius is the guy to like kind of bring the energy and allow you, like everybody to be in peak form or whatever. But now that they've had so much experience in these off-season events, like, it will transition to other people just being able to like, provide that.
Grenade spotted.
It's that thing that we were talking about, right? Like 100
Target spotted mid.
Having Lucio play in that tournament. Sentinels gained all of that. They already like, they're like a level ahead in that sense. They gained all that. Now they.
Last player standing.
Role issues that they had last year, like they're not going compared to other teams. They're pretty happy, pretty comfortable with the situation that they're in terms of structure, in terms of roles, in terms of all of that. So this is their opportunity to grab here and kick off, to actually make it back to international tournaments.
Love this, bro. Too many good teams.
Yeah, it's actually looking a lot better than I thought it would. But holy fuck, VLR still lists Celsius as the sub. That's the funniest joke I've seen.
Thank God, though, that...
They are mine.
Bro, I'm done with that picture. Don't.
I'm not. That's actually the first time I've seen it.
You are powerless.
I'm just glad
Enemy B.
that...
Enemy spotted me.
Spike planted.
My ult's ready.
I was like, do I say this joke in my head? Saving it for the premium episode. Listen, I'm just glad that Sentinels look good.
Only
I'm just glad that Sentinels look good. I'm just a big fan. You know?
They will go.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm glad that Sentinels have not gotten
Target spotted. Defender spawn.
black hole.
No whisker.
Last player standing.
Yeah, it was not a pitfall. It was legitimate. It vortexed into all season. And if they,
Too soon, man. You never know.
There's no way. There's no way.
Y'all better keep up.
They wouldn't do that this season. Surely they won't lose the first game and Pancata will be right back in. I mean, I'm begging and pleading that they don't do that. I mean, they have...
Oh, he's gone again. He's died.
And I'm lagging out. And I'm lagging out, and I'm back. I've been lagging out so much this entire time. It's driving me.
I am actually. I'll tell you what as well.
It begins.
I'm genuinely excited to see Tens cooking on Oaks. I can't wait to see this lunatic doing the silliest shit on Omen.
Hold on. Let me circle.
I was gonna say, does this guy hate?
Still inside.
I distinctly remember doing an episode where you were hating on the Tens Omen, and I'm like, Josh, can we please move on to the next topic? You're like, oh, one more thing, and you just kept going off, and now all of a sudden it's your favorite fucking thing in the world.
It's very silly. It's very silly, and I enjoy it a lot. He's got more.
No escape.
Glory
kill.
A duelist or a hard initiator player, I think. So if they get him on the roster and he's gonna be doing these like wild aggro plays, Omen is definitely the funniest for him to be on. He's gonna be like peak silly, but also peak aim Redgar at all times, and it's going to be fucking amazing to watch. He's going to be doing silly bastard TPs all over the place because he's been doing it all off season every time he's done it, and some of them are going to pound, and he's going to be only
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
but not an old man. Like it's going to be like
Last player standing.
back through an old photo book of when he was in his youth. And it's like, good times. And then he can go and watch.
Spike planted.
I swear, you are going to see some absurd highlight plays from him and some outrageous feeding. Omen is like the perfect place to get
They look
max
comfortable, man.
entertainment value.
They literally look comfortable.
They do. But they're also playing off it fairly well too. But my god, I've seen some silly shit. And it's way funnier to do the silly shit. You just end up dying when you think about taking a space. Or if you do it on initiated.
Match point.
Like,
My stuff, ching, to my gun.
Are you
Yeah.
taking barbed or tens?
For silly shit?
No, just in general. Open.
Oh, just in general.
Controller.
I'll take Marv because it's more consistent, I suppose. But if I want entertainment, I'm looking at the 10 zone, and I'm telling you, you are going to get some amazing clips from that guy.
KO will not silence us.
And finally, I guess I was gonna say the rival centers.
Enemy spotted me.
Each other, but it's G2. G2.
Enemy mid.
You disappoint me.
It got, you know.
Satchel out. Out of charge.
Spike down mid.
Sensor destroyed. Spike mid.
All of last year.
They played show match.
I'm not saying that affected
Multiple enemies
me.
Bomb buddy out.
I'm reading the room. And by the room, I mean like.
I know exactly where you are.
That's the room. Fucking hate that room. So yeah. They only made the one change. They brought in Leaf for Tex, which is, I mean, it was a pretty sick move on paper. Even though Tex was obviously very good too, but certainly a cool move. The rest of the rosters.
Last player standing.
Great last year. I mean, Trent is still a demon. Jonah P, I thought, really went from good player to fantastic player towards the end of last year's. Yeah, basically. Net has remained super consistent.
30 seconds left.
I know also in
Attackers win.
still to be a team to be very excited about, and the off season, whatever. I don't care. I do not care. Josh, do you care?
No, but I also don't know how good this team actually would have been last year if they'd played in the partnership system, because they were, remember, playing against lower level teams. I mean, not significantly lower. We already know that the Challengers teams are really good at the top level. So, you know, your M80s, your guard from last year. Who else last year was looking really good? Oxygen towards the end as well. Yeah, MXS. But I think MXS are better now than they were last year, aren't they? They look...
They will be, but they were very good last year in the final playoffs. Like, and that was a different team. So
I don't know where the guard would have placed. Like, I reckon they probably would have been around the like top 4 kind of level last year if they'd been playing as good as they were, but had been playing in partnerships. But it's really difficult to tell because you're comparing them against a total different set of teams.
Yeah.
That's where I think they should be aiming towards, though, is like top middle of the pack trying to break into the top 4. But damn, the top 4 is quite difficult to get into.
Oh yeah.
100%. I think this team last year in Challengers was able to learn a lot about just developing new comps, being able to play, cutting edge meta, stuff like that, and that made them a lot more consistent. But you're right, it was definitely against more weaker competition on the average, and that gives you certain liberties. Here, like this season, you don't have
Match found.
You're playing week after week with teams who are going to be anti-stratting the shit out of you, right? Like it's not that easy to come up with new stuff and then also be able to on the fly defend it and prove to the rest of the team
Let's go.
that's how you can do it. So I have faith with them because I think last year's experience was fantastic for them. Confidence building aside, they just looked great. So yeah, I think they should be shooting for at least one qualification to an event.
I don't know why I think this, but I think they are gonna have a slow start. So for kickoff and then maybe even split one, but hopefully they're gonna pick up from that point, and that's assuming they have the slow start. I don't know if they actually will, but you know, for some reason I just feel like they're gonna have a slower start.
It would be weird if they did,
it'll
though,
take some
'cause
adjustment.
it should be fairly easy for them to get off the ground running, because changing Leaf in for tanks shouldn't really adjust too much to how they were operating. And they still have... I mean, they'll have to redo their compositions for maps in the same way that everybody
It's
else
just so
will.
hard
but-
for me to rate them above so many teams we've already named, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, which is very, very fair.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously there's like the aforementioned top 4, and then past that, you know, EG, 100 Thieves, C9, Nigeria. I mean, they've got to be at least around there. But yeah, it does feel like, you know, are you certain they're going to beat Cloud9 or Furia or I don't know?
Well, that's my point, right? That middle of the pack is disgusting. Like, actually just so close. In terms of just skill level on paper. And that's why it's so difficult for me to, like, just put them up there.
I feel better about G2 than I do about some of those other teams you mentioned, though, in that middle of the pack. Like, I feel like they should be towards the top of the middle of the pack. Like, versus C9 or versus Fury.
It's open season on the enemy Reyna. If you get a shot at that heart, take it.
I don't know. I mean, we're literally about to do power rankings, so...
Yeah,
we can just do it there.
Yeah, we are really going to do power preview. Yeah, I guess we can do that. But we are going to take a short break, come back, and do the power rankings. So don't go anywhere. After 5 minutes. How long are you going to set for? 5 minutes.
We'll do 5 minutes. Put some copyright-free music.
Can we hear the Wii music soundtrack?
That's not copyright-free.
Oh, that's brutal.
Nintendo is notorious for
Smoke's down. Reloading. Stim beacon down.
Blocking sight.
7-pointed start.
Down. Reloading. On target.
Sorry. It's so good at
One enemy remaining.
Yo, thank you for remember everybody.
Flawless.
Child's play.
Keep it up. Screw up and they're on us. You better run, Sova.
Smoke's down. Concussing.
Eliminate. Don't touch slugs.
Spike planted. Brother.
One enemy remaining.
Bye. You will not be missed.
Remember, Brimstone. If anything happens to you, I'll take the lead.
There they are.
Stay down.
Reloading.
Spike planted.
Shot down.
Launching smoke.
Reloading.
I got some carrots on this.
Molly.
Enemy down.
I ain't getting that.
One enemy
Three
remaining.
gone.
That's crazy, You don't eat food?
That's the lot of them.
No, you just don't. Why? Why don't you eat food?
Damn right we're crushing it.
I'm fasting
Eh.
forever. I love this song. It makes me so happy.
Continue to overwhelm them.
Launching smoke.
Scanning ahead.
Blocking sight.
Flash out. Smoke down. Easy. Blinding.
Spike planted. My ult's ready.
Open up the sky. Smoke's down. Reloading.
Last player standing. One enemy
Down you
remaining.
go.
Clutch.
It's time.
Leave some fight for the rest of us, old man.
What? There we go.
Redesigned it.
Yeah, redesigned it.
And that's the new
24. Graphic. Look. All right. There goes the lower third. That's what I was waiting for. All right.
Ping pong dong sto to hay.
And argue amongst ourselves and with each other. Not
Flash out!
Or the inner monologue arguing, but also with each other.
Can I propose?
No.
Can I propose
What?
that we throw the top 4 in there and don't worry about where
The
they're ranked
order yet? Okay.
Night night. My ult. Watch this.
Dim beacon here.
roughly at the moment.
Give me those back.
What is going on
Spike
here?
down mid.
Loud is in there. In the
I know exactly where you are.
One enemy remaining.
Brother. Death is cold, friend.
I'll do my job, you do yours.
His rookie team now.
Need a drop. Need a drop.
I'm fine with getting, you know.
I know EG's about to trickle up to 7. I
Love
know it.
this. Love this for me. Love this for
Thanks.
me.
I mean, crew's got to be down somewhere towards the bottom as well. Yeah, you're bad. I mean, crew's got to be somewhere towards the bottom as well. And the rest of right? Yeah.
You want to play? Let's play.
Carrier is killed.
Spike down B.
Clearing out. Reloading.
Last player standing.
And then, yeah. Now we can get to actually ordering things like.
I know what must be done.
I mean, yeah, this is like.
Can I have the ball?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Need to have a lead Trent on it. They look really good last year. this is not the same Cloud9. That version of Cloud9 versus G2.
Through
yeah,
the
I think
calm,
Cloud9
I
ahead.
see.
But
Through the storm, I fight.
Launching smoke.
Revealing. There they are.
Blocking sight.
Nowhere to run.
On my way.
Yeah.
Enemy spotted B.
They always go on one crazy run and then.
Spike planted. Enemy spotted B.
That's what I always say about Mel's and Led teams as well. They always go on. They're always going on runs.
Last player standing.
Area. Count them.
One enemy
No more
remaining.
secrets.
We simply switch NRG.
Clutch.
A little recognition is nice now and then. Thank you.
Wait, how long term?
You're not being shot at. You're doing something wrong.
Right?
I
This is
mean,
for America the whole year.
No. It's a power ranking. It's not a where are they going to finish in 7 months ranking. Look at the current topic. Lower third, motherfucker. It's the power ranking.
All right, so this is like coming into kickoff. Kickoff.
It's rating the power coming into kickoff. It's not a prediction of
Hey guys, everybody
2025.
calm down. Everyone calm down.
I need a drop.
Sorry, we're gonna be wrong anyway.
I need a drop.
Okay, I mean with that basis, maybe. I mean, Lev should.
Stim beacon down. Pump down. Launching smoke.
Enemy spotted mid. Die.
I think for kick,
Spike planted.
I
My ult's
can
ready.
be persuaded.
Yeah, for kickoff.
Yeah, for kickoff at least, the grind they've been putting in, how well they've looked. And
Open up the sky.
One enemy remaining.
Yikes. That sucks.
I'm not getting the message. Leave it to me. I'll rough them up.
I think this looks good, guys. Okay.
No. Move
Can we switch Sentinel and NRG then?
Yeah, energy are 100% top one for me. Like,
on. Top one for kickoff when we haven't seen the roster play ever before.
Who cares?
don't care.
I've been looking all day for someone who cares. And I want fun.
Blinding! Clearing out!
Blocking sight. Duck my. What's this? For you. Blocking sight. Enemy kill.
3. One enemy remaining. Flawless.
We're right over there.
I got your backs. Just, from the front.
Alright, fine. Put them ahead of Aspas. Fuck it.
You can't.
Put them ahead of Aspas. Then we win. Then we can't lose.
Oh, that hurts me to look at.
Can't justify Loud being in the top 3 and you can't justify them being any lower than 4. I don't see a way.
Safety's
It's
up.
impossible.
Okay.
Simply impossible.
Blinding!
I don't know how you guys have this much faith in G2, man. All new beast of teams are playing.
Trevor!
Like they still look
Stim beacon down.
Flash out! Out of charges.
I know exactly where you are.
Last player standing. Spike down B. Flawless.
Okay, let me put it this way. I think it's
okay. Ding pong ding dong is todo high.
For a spin.
Lev, then G2.
Need equipment.
I think Cloud9 might come out pretty hot. Kickoff sort of.
I don't know why I have such
I can definitely see Cloud9 performing better in this kickoff.
It's just because their rookie player performed so well in the off-season events. They're like
Let's
rookie
go.
star pickup.
Yeah.
And so to me, that's just such a good sign. Like, you know.
Reloading.
I would rather have seen
Reloading.
Reloading.
Reloading. Reloading.
Last player standing.
Reloading.
Just think about it. Just think about it. Do you have faith in 100 Thieves? Like, do you have faith that they're going to be able to fix stuff up and really
Don't go,
be a
B.
good team?
Don't go, B.
So,
Don't
I
go,
want
B.
to move them higher, and also, to answer your question,
Right, okay.
make that make sense.
Right. Right.
Make that make sense.
Last round in the half.
We cannot keep our goods after this. Spend all.
On Breeze. I mean, Cryo can be that. On the chamber, you know? Like, is there a better chamber player than Cryo?
What?
Maybe Demon 1?
Demon
Less?
1.
Demon
I
1?
could really see Demon 1 playing
Les
chamber.
was not amazing on chamber.
No, yeah, he wasn't that
Les
good.
actually struggled
Together.
Like, it's fine. Like, move on.
Yeah.
Dude, Demon
You want to play? Let's play.
Begins.
Besides Demon,
Our spike carrier is killed.
Spike down A.
Championships, one on chamber, one global championship, one playing smokes. Clearly not a very good chamber player, actually.
I mean, but he probably won a lot.
Here.
Last player standing.
Yeah.
Switching sides.
Once more into battle. I'm not tired.
You're there. I don't think anybody else is there.
Where are you?
Did this?
I'm looking for a
Done?
I'm trying to help your argument of Thieves over G2 by saying the chamber thing.
Right.
It's not working out.
I mean,
I think EG with Jorgamo are going to be better than NIBR. I'm possibly Crew. No, maybe not Crew. I mean, Kesnet is.
Dude, can we just put EG at the bottom just out of respect for, like...
Out of disrespect.
Respect for the community, respect for the system, respect for fucking, you know, for Valorant.
I feel so bad for Jorgamo, man. He's such an incredible player, and he's just going to get dogged on all year for being part of the all-time hate.
No, he's not. John wants to go. Fuck
Dude,
off
you
with
are
that
literally
shit.
you are power ranking him at 11th.
You think he gives a fuck where Blackshot is power ranking him?
sympathetic.
He's won a world championship. He doesn't give a crap. Like, in fact, last year we probably put him in this spot, and that's what happened.
That's actually a good point.
Enemy spotted. There they are. Enemy spotted B. Silence.
Last player standing.
We doing this or what?
All off season. Reloading. You know where they've been home? You know where they've been? Home for the first time in like 6 months. Back in.
Wait, can you make the argument that Ichi's had better prac or no?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay, but what are you talking about? Jorgamo's been in jail. They don't put him in a fucking offshore processing plant. He's been at home. He's not been in an actual physical fucking jail in the Philippines.
Guantanamo. What are you talking
No,
about?
he's getting waterboarded. Like, what are you talking about? He's just been vibing at home, but under some stress.
Shit, bro. Like he's just chilling, like playing with a bunch of scrubs, bro. Like constantly, like playing with no.
I mean,
like,
he was rumored to be.
Yeah, but man, dude, he's not gonna be a significantly worse player. He's not
Reloading.
mental broken. EG have not been using sleep deprivation. Having one person
Got you. Blinding. Reloading. The angel.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading.
Give me a moment.
Reloading.
Time to stock back up.
I don't know what's happening. I'm blocking it. I'm blocking it on the power ranking.
I kind of want to move. Yeah, I want to move EG above Crew and MIBR. To me, if EG have an okay amount of practice, but also I just want to see them vibe out. I think if they just, I think if they just throw caution to the wind and go in there and have a good time, I think they could bang out some of these teams. They have good firepower. Like if Derek is just
Careful.
back to Derek and having a good time, not having the bullshit with 100 Thieves.
Nature.
Right,
okay.
nature. Right. But like, if Derek is just chilling, if he sheds the weight of having to play for an org like 100 Thieves,
Spike down mid.
goes back to where he was at before. Still rates
Reloading.
At the very least, the firepower with him.
Enemy spotted B.
Out of here.
If speed required for this.
If MIBR has good structure, they could be above them. If JZZ and
One enemy remaining.
Right? Like, a lot of ifs. Predictive power. What do you want me to do? There's no facts to go on.
But crew have Kesnit, crew have Shy, like crew actually have players that are going to seriously shoot back at players.
30 seconds
even
left.
if their team is not doing,
Do we have any
no.
Reloading.
I mean, we need to change that back to the
Scanning ahead.
the VLR threads.
There they are.
Dude, Jay, this guy that was leaking all of the screens, he still does it. Like, leaking all of the
Last player standing.
Yeah.
10 seconds left.
Yes. He's
leaking it.
Yes, he's just. Yeah, he's just.
Trust me, they'll know what hit them.
Losing every scrim.
I'm okay with EG being between Crew and MIB. That's fine. But I have belief that if they just have no fucking work on their shoulders and are having a good time, that they'll do pretty decent.
The only thing I would change in this ranking right now is the 100 Thieves G2. That's just me.
I think 100 Thieves are up too high for kickoff.
This is the only thing I would change. Everything else seems perfect. For now.
They were too
I think
high
100
when they were in 7th.
I think so, yeah. I think that team is not gonna turn it around.
Wait, where would you put them?
I'm raising my hand.
Do you need a piss? What are you raising your hand for?
I just have a point. I just want to be called on by the teacher.
Yeah, Bala, what do you think about 100 Thieves?
Oh no, it's not about that.
What do you think? Alright. What do you think generally?
EG will be under MIBR because they have to pay the blood payment for last year's fucking miracle.
Oh, right. Like, okay.
Fair enough.
Or switch them back.
Launching smoke.
In fact, there's no shot that we can rank EG. EG are just gonna lose out when they have a really good season.
One down.
That's what I would do, but that's just for kickoff. And to be clear, I don't have very much faith in Furia either.
30 seconds left.
Flash out! They should be able to perform better than 100 Thieves from
Here.
the start of the year.
Watching here.
We'll just see what happens with 100 Thieves afterwards. I think 100 Thieves have a lot to work on.
I mean,
Kickoff is in 3 weeks.
They've got like 25 days until kickoff, something like that.
10 seconds left.
Rome with a fucking stick. They've just got sticks and clay, and they have to rebuild Rome. It's not happening.
Who's here just going around beating people with sticks? What is this?
To be fair, like when they did lose this offseason event, like some of the rounds that they'd lost, they should not have lost. Like to
If you must fall, then fall near me.
C9, I think.
They had crazy first kill win rate, and they just couldn't convert.
It looked good. It looked better. They just couldn't close out rounds here and there due to like terrible post plants and stuff. And I don't know who mentioned it, but someone in the cast, I think it was you actually, Sideshow. You're like, these are easy fixes.
I did not.
Well, I don't know who it was. I don't know who it was. Someone on the desk. Yeah, DDK. It was DDK.
Ding dong, ding dong,
It was like, these are pretty easy fixes, but they looked good overall. They just didn't really like obvious kind of situation.
Yeah, maybe I'm underrating them just based on what they did last year.
But also, the level of these teams that they're going to be playing are way better. That shit's going to happen frequently.
Fair, yeah.
Like, they're going to get clutch.
Enemy spotted A.
Blinding!
Taken out.
That if you like mentioned like a month or whatever, you can go
Flash out!
So I don't know.
One dead.
Like the top 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Enemy spotted A.
You never know.
One enemy remaining.
Whereas,
Spike down A.
Spike spotted
whereas
A.
G2's initial performances. Okay, sure,
Reloading.
no matches, whatever, but they were
Yeah, I think they were really trying. But they had also been taking a massive break from playing for a while before that, so you know, they weren't see anything. You know, it was only that tournament. It looked significantly better.
Match point.
Finish him off!
Judging them based off how well they played this year. But I think at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
I think G2 is going to need the season to really their partnerships over there. Save their ass.
That's what I think too.
Welcome to the stage.
That's my personal opinion as well. Kickoff in the first like few
Watch and learn.
split one.
Yeah.
Especially because they went in he's thinking about the fucking just playing
Launching smoke.
to win Ascension story, like
yeah.
especially in comparison to them the year prior.
My ult's ready.
Fuck out of the game, and that's how they went into last year's offseason grinding crap.
That was from my interview with Balance on YouTube.
What's this?
Well, appreciate that.
Right, got you.
I'm okay with G2 or 100 Thieves kind of being there. I think this is.
Enemy spotted B.
Enemy spotted B. Deploying drone.
Give me those back.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Easiest question in the world.
Defenders
This
win.
is what I trained for. My ultimate is ready. We move forward.
I mean, we have genuinely rated the Brazilian teams so poorly.
Loud is number 1.
I mean,
have we rated them poorly?
yeah, I mean, compared on what Loud achieved last year, putting them in 4th is low, but I think it's justified because of the loss of Aspas. And then Furia could end up being at the top of the middle of the pack, and we've put them at the bottom.
They could, but they also lost to global esports. So I'm not dying to throw them up there.
That game did not make any difference. That game didn't actually have an effect at all.
And they
on the
also lost to
rankings.
Vitality, and they also
Vitality are good. Dude,
Yeah,
Safe
but-
and Runner are cracked.
Yes,
but
they
also
are good.
you
I'm not
can't
saying they're
give
not good.
the same amount of bail to 100 Thieves and then not give the same amount of bail to Furia.
That's why
For
I'm
one
saying take
off-season
away all the bail. Take away all the bail. 100 Thieves, send them plunging down the rankings. No bail for anyone.